Peace to the family. Thank you for showing up for another powerful live stream. And I'm here with some very powerful entrepreneurs. Yeah, they're Black, it's true. So I'd like you brothers to introduce yourselves, and then we're gonna get into what you brothers. Well, tell us what you do right now while we get things configured. What's your name, where you from? Definitely. What are the several businesses that you operate? And then later on, we'll let you connect with the viewership and give them some useful tips and hints, as many people are on different levels, but no matter what level they're on, I'm sure they can get some words of advice from you, because we all know something, or the nuances, so to speak, of different businesses that we can introduce into our mission and our agenda. So with that being said, you can introduce yourself. My brother will introduce himself, and we'll get back to you. Let them know what's going on.
What up, folks? It's your boy T-Mac, T-Mac Johnson. That's T-M-A-C, like Tracy McGrady Johnson. You know, entrepreneur. Been doing it since, you know, I could truly say for the past several years. I could say this: it's not the easiest thing to do. But it's more of a passion of mine that I like to do. And at the end of the day, man, you're gonna have your ups and downs when you're going through it. One of the business that me and my business partner over here to the right, we operate is a company called South Bay T-shirt Printing.com.
Get a little more light.
We print.
I got you, my brother.
All right. We print globally, internationally. You know, we want to be the next Vista print. You know what I mean? Two young brothers, we've been knowing each other since grade school, man. When I say grade school, I mean like elementary. And now we adults. It's not that we pursue, my background is from music. So you already know, if you have a passion for music, you already know that's an independent grind from day one. So that blackdollarsmatter.com right there, the hashtag Black Dollars Matter. You can go to the website and check us out there. So I always had the entrepreneur spirit from birth, from day one. Me and my brother right here, maybe like we're brothers from another mother. He's a Leo, I'm a Virgo. So we share the same energy. We share the same passion. But like I said, I had the entrepreneur spirit from birth. It's not the easiest. You learn along the way, you make mistakes, but at the end of the day, I mean, we all had jobs at one point, but you know, sometimes it's just not having a boss is not meant for everybody, you know what I mean? So, and we don't ever want to put ourselves in compromised positions when we need our job and we can, you know, we lose our job, we mess around, lose our house and everything with it. So it's a strategic thing. You got to believe what you're doing is going to actually make you, you know, successful. So, you know, I mean, you just try to surround yourself with like-minded people, individuals like you, and, you know, families first. So we do it for our family. But like I said, one of the printing companies that we do, I mean, well, how long it's been, TJ?
Yes.
Oh, I should say, introduce yourself first.
Oh, well, how you doing?
You might want to get up.
Yeah, I'm TJ, co-owner of South Bay T-shirt Printing. Entrepreneurship. Hey, like he said, since I can remember, I quit my job to run a business, and that's faith. And just looking at the numbers, I was making more money at the job, at my business, than I was doing at my job. So I had to make a decision and took a leap, and it's been going on since about the last 3 years now. We've been in business, have contracts with hospitals like Cedars-Sinai, South Bay, Kaiser Permanente, printing for different companies overseas. So, and a lot of different local schools. So that's pretty much what we're doing now.
No doubt. Well, you said you quit your job to embark upon this journey. We're gonna come back to you all, but I know oftentimes that's the quandary that many of us find ourselves in, as far as when do you know to quit? What is there a feeling? Is there a sensation? Is there a sign? Is there a symbol? Many people struggle with that risk, so,
Right.
you know, because once you're gone, it's like leaving mama house.
Yeah.
But you see, some of us got the cushion of coming back to mama.
Right.
But when we talking about entrepreneurship, especially for Black men, we definitely not guaranteed a job back. You
No,
feel me?
no.
So what kind of advice can you give to the people? Because that's a very difficult task right there.
For me, it was in the numbers. Here I am, I'm doing the business on the side, but the revenue that's coming in is surpassing what I'm making bi-weekly, and I have a boss. I have to come in at a certain time. I have to eat at a certain time. It's just being told what to do, but I'm making less money. I'm happier over here on the side on the weekends, and I'm making more money. So for me, it was in the numbers.
Okay.
So fortunate, everyone ain't gonna have that same situation, but for me, luckily, it was in the numbers, and it just made more sense. I was happier, and it was my business.
Mm-hmm.
I left a 9 to 5 to work 13 and 24 hours. Sometimes I didn't go home, but I was making more money. It was all me. I didn't have to come in. I stayed because I wanted to stay. So.
No doubt. Now, what other lines of business are you in or getting into? And firstly, where can we go? Is there an online source or outlet or medium that we can go to patronize you brothers? If so, where can we go to get that done? I just want to get that out the way. We don't want to forget.
SouthBayT-shirtprinting.com.
Okay, how we spelling Bay?
B-A-Y.
Because there's some people in the Morris community, you know, we just gotta be clear.
Okay. So South Bay, that's SOUTHBAY, T-shirt printing, no hyphens.com. We have a location that's 5155 West Rosecrans Avenue in the city of Harlem. So
California.
Yeah, California, 90250.
Great. So what I also want to ask now is, what other lines of business you have out there, or what is it you're looking to embark upon in the future? I just want to make sure, because once we start cooking, we can close this stream out and then realize we didn't even do the advertisement.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We got another part of the entity, like I said, is more of a political thing. It's more for the community, which is Black Dollars Matter, with Black Dollars with a Z.com. As you can see.
You guys produce the bands as well?
Yeah, we produce the bands.
Where can we get those?
Right on the site, www.blackdollars with a Z.
I expect all of our viewers to get that. That's important.
We got that right on the site for you guys. We got a couple t-shirts. Now that entity is not into the whole t-shirt and wristbands. That's just more bringing awareness to how we spend our money with our community and with each other. And I would like to say this too, like, it is true. Do what you love to do. Do what's your passion. Entrepreneuring is not for everybody, and that's just keeping a buck. It really takes a heart to do this, because some people looking at it like it's if you're your own boss, or so to speak, if you try to be an entrepreneur, you're looking at the money aspect. But really, I just don't want a boss. I wanted to get myself out of that whole paradigm, because I wanted my kids I wanted to pass on things to my children. And I can't pass my 30-year job that I worked to my kids. That's just being real. I think we're taught to be workers and not entrepreneurs. Whether it's music, whether it's making beats, acting, I don't care what you're trying to do, as long as it's a passion of yours. That's how I look at it. If it's a passion, it's something that you like to do, you don't even look at it as a job anymore. You just get up every day and just do what you love to do. And you got to have a supporting factor. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you got to have your family to support you. Maybe that significant other that you with to support you, to have your backbone, because I had 100 jobs. I work for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm a real Jamaican. I'm not even Jamaican. I'm real Jamaican. My background is crazy when it comes to jobs.
Good
So,
jobs.
and I had good jobs. Post office, you know, as they would call it in the neighborhood, and that's a great job. But you know, I save money and just do what we got to do. We have a real estate investment company, Ashe Real Estate. What else? Ashe Real Estate Investments. We got the South Bay T-shirt printing.com. We have the blackdollarsmatter.com. We right now we're moving towards the real estate game, you know. But like I said, man, at the end of the day, it's just something that you should have a passion for. I don't. Me personally, I'm not going to tell you to quit your job.
No.
You know what I mean? It's just something you want to do.
Yeah, and it just, for me, it worked out like that. Like I said, it was in the numbers, and I felt better about it. Everything lined up, and it made the greatest sense to do it. And it worked out. It's been working out, and it's great.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Well, I want to shout out my brothers with the Paul African shirt. Yeah, we Paul African.
Love it.
All right, African Paul. Make sure you check that out in the search engines. Look it up. Look for the URL combinations, Paul African. And gotta support them. I think it's a very creative idea, very creative logo. I just want to support my brothers in the course, my family in the FOI with the Justice or else hat. You know, we gotta show this black love. You know, all y'all do is focus on everything that's not black owned, because the negativity, we're gonna talk about that. But don't fool yourselves. Don't fool yourselves into thinking that I don't support. If you pay attention on many occasions and all occasions, whenever I have a guest on this platform, I always make sure that we can support them in their business endeavors, as they are all entrepreneurs, whether they're battle rappers or business owners, doesn't matter. So yeah, we love the fact that you guys came on. Happy to see y'all in the building. You know, we have a powerful show we have to go through today. The subject matter is long overdue, and I feel like I'm one of the better people to bring it, because I won't sugarcoat the information. We pride ourselves in talking very hard against the white man. We pride ourselves in that. And I oftentimes feel like we're playing ourselves. And people say, you know, don't let up on the white man. That's what they say. They say, Polite, you want to let up on this cracker. That's what you say. And no matter how much we may say the word cracker, devil, beast, demon, what's the other words that they use for this guy? Peckerwood, that's another one. No matter how much we call him a redneck, skinhead, a jackal, subtle beast of the field, I've said all these words and my bank account remained the same. So now I had to change my approach towards my Black Power convictions and disposition. I got so caught up in chanting Black Power, the fist closed. It never opened up to have some money. It's a problem. I'm full of pride and have absolutely nothing to show for myself. That's the issue, family. And we try to run away from it. And it's very convenient for broke Black people to promulgate ideas or imbue ideas into our psyches that are reflective of being complacent with where we are at in lower income communities and condemning everybody else that is no longer living in lower income communities. And that's a convenient argument for poor people. Now, people don't start being in a state of disarray. Don't put us in a state of discord, because I didn't say all poor Black people are such and such. I'm saying that poor people are controlling the narrative. Poor Black people are controlling the narrative. We got to get the narrative out of poor Black people's hands. And let's create a new category, progressive Black people. That's what I want to talk to you about. Now, progressive black people don't necessarily have to be rich. They don't necessarily have to be wealthy. I hope y'all walking with me. Progressive black people don't necessarily have to be rich or wealthy. Keep that in mind. Because it's very, very easy for people to make generalizations about other people, and it's even more easy for people to misconstrue what someone is saying in light of the fact they feel offended. The second you feel offended, many of you just block all the other necessary information you need. All you need to know is that you feel like you're being called poor and you don't want nothing to do with the rest of this information. So I am not in an endeavor to attack my brothers and sisters that's in the lower income community. I'm telling you that we can't afford to let the poor or poverty conscious mind state control the narrative, because the poverty conscious mind state is complacent with where they're at, because they'll make where they're at something special in their insecurity. So when they find a coping mechanism called the wealthier black man and woman, they can rest assured that they can sleep good at night because they've made the hood an oasis for themselves. But let's be for real here. Do you need a degree to stay in the hood? Do you need a degree to, like, how hard is it to stay in poverty? Where's the challenge? How hard is it to stay in poverty? People brag about being from the hood like they had to take an exam to stay in there. And people who no longer live in the hood seem to be excommunicated by disgruntled poor people. I say it again. People soaking in loathing excommunicate people who formerly were part of the same poverty disposition. Now, some of you may not have lived as hard as I lived, granted. So walk with me if I say things that you don't relate to. Because I come from a place where I open the fridge and there's nothing in there, and 5 minutes later, I double check just to see if something's in there. That's where I come from. I come from a place where the second someone pulls out their sandwich, the roaches start coming out the walls. That's where I come from. All you may not. I come from a place where the mice are so sophisticated, they run on the glue traps, eat the food, and half their body is still off the trap. Now they're running around with the trap smacking all over the damn floor, stressing me out, scared to death. I come from a place where the roaches no longer mobilized on the floor. They also hit the air. Yeah, the roaches were flying in my house. I come from a place where we were nomadic, so we moved around quite often from one neighborhood to the next, from one neighborhood to the next. I felt like a military family because I had to keep changing schools and changing neighborhoods. I come from a place where there was a juvenile detention facility, a prison for youth in my community. And in turn, on the walks to school, I would see it, and eventually I would wind up inside of that prison for juveniles. Later on, I would graduate to go to Rikers Island, the adult prison. That's where I come from. So I say these things because oftentimes people portray me as somebody who doesn't have the right to speak about Black issues since I no longer live in the so-called Black community. And as I always say, but let's make it clear again, many of us don't live in Black communities, though we pride ourselves and say, well, at least we live in a Black community. We got something. No, hold on, slow down. You live in a white community populated by Black people because you don't own the banks, you don't own the schools, you don't own the hospitals. You have no say in the curriculum. Therefore, whatever your children are being taught, you're at the disposal and discretion of the very people that you say enslaved you or held you captive for the most part. And it's up to a positive Black teacher to do what they can to the best of their ability when they feel it suffice, without compromising the integrity of their mission as far as collecting their check to earn their salary, to educate people and impart wisdom on them that extends beyond the curriculum. Of course, that is a great deal of shame, a great deal of strain. Just keep these things in mind, people. Trying to talk to you. I'm not looking to offend you. I know when I call the pedophiles of the community and the senseless and reckless murderers of the Black community animals. I know some of you need to rush to their aid and say that's not a good name to call them. And then when wealthy people say or do things we don't like, no one says it's the white man that's responsible for doing those things. We say they're coons. We say they're mother effers. We call them a whole bunch of names. But we never say wealthy Black people have been criminalized by white people. No, once you become wealthy, now we start using words like coon and sellout. But the damn killer of Black people, the child molester, oh yeah, the white man created the conditions, brother. That's why they're the way they are. The wealthy Black man does something you don't like, oh, he's a coon and he's a sellout. The white man is no longer even in the equation no more. But let me speak hard on the people perpetrating the worst acts against our people in the community. Now we have to defend them and now we have to protect them. But the truth of the matter is, you're not really concerned with the information, you're concerned with who's presenting the information and where they find themselves in time. Who the heck needs accountability information? I say animals produce so much of themselves, void of any electric bills, gas bills, mortgages, that I say, man, I find it interesting when grown Black people make more babies than they can afford as though they don't have bills. I then say they're behaving like animals. They're behaving like they can produce as much as children as possible as though they don't have human obligations and responsibilities. So I say, man, we behaving like animals. And I say we. And I even went as far as apologizing and saying, man, if I hurt people's feelings, I apologize for being misunderstood. It might be because a part of my deliberation was on mute, so you couldn't hear what I was saying. If you watch the original video back, you'll see. A part of what I was saying was completely on mute, where I was identifying the individuals that I was speaking about. But I still took responsibility, even though what I was saying was on mute. And say, man, I apologize if it hurt you, but let me be clear. I don't apologize for my thought process. I apologize that you didn't hear everything I said in full. Because the man that would kill his brother for a pair of shoes is behaving like an animal. The man who can't be trusted with the children because he may sexually assault them is behaving like an animal. And I'll never take that back. And for all you that feel the necessity to have to defend these people, go ahead. Just go ahead. It's neither here or there for me. But tonight, we got to talk about, is the white man the new boogeyman? That's what I really wanted to name this damn stream today. I wanted to name the stream today, is the white man the new boogeyman? Because it appears if a Black man is anywhere near a white person, y'all start pointing and calling names. Look it, he with a white person. Yo, you got to mature, man. You got to come out for some air. Because the more successful you come, the more you're going to have to diversify the ethnicities that you're going to engage and do business with. In fact, you're not successful at all if you don't find yourself having to interface with different people of different races, because that would suggest to me that you never travel. And everywhere you travel is just not going to be abundant with Black life all over the place. So why should we condemn, mock, or ridicule a brother or sister who has become successful, and in light of their success, they have no choice but to fellowship, interconnect, break bread, or interface with people of other ethnicities? It's quite simple. But I see Black people pointing fingers. Hey, look, he's with a white woman. That's all. That's what causes the confusion, just being next to a white woman. I thought you said you pro-Black. Now we see you with these white women. Did you care to read the caption? See, a lot of times you Negroes don't read the caption. You know what happens? Someone takes the picture, says polite is exposed. All the while, polite is the one where the picture came from in the first place. It was posted on my Instagram. They say, forget the caption. We're going to take the picture and we're going to change the narrative. Next thing you know, they say I'm having sex with all these people. Yo, this is what this Black Power talk does to you. You teach too much Black Power talk and no group economics explanations or examples. You teach all this pro-Black, Pan-African talk, and we see no demonstrations of the same. You're gonna wind up with very weird interpretations for what it means to be pro-Black. I got Negroes walking around talking about, we revoking your Black card, your Black Power card. We're revoking your Black card. What does that mean? You guys play too much pretend. Like, I'm really sitting here saying, no, I got a real Black card and I can get real goods and services with it. The Black card you got is intangible. It exists up here in your brain. And one person makes it up and up, yeah, let's revoke his Black card. You guys got to stop playing pretend. You guys put on plastic spikes, door knockers, and stand out there and say shit like, we are against the white man. See, Polite is not against the white man. We out here kicking his ass every day. No, the white man is actually on the side. If you move the camera, he's actually providing security for you. You should love that white man. He's making sure Black people don't violate your rights to speak. If you just move the camera just a little bit, we'll see the white police officers standing there doing their job, defending you guys while you talk. But you guys are more pro-Black than me. Fine. Interesting stuff, though, that I seen a Hebrew who has like a feminine name, but he swears, he says it a certain way, still sounds feminine, but he says it like a deeper voice and tries to trick us. But anyway, there's a Hebrew in the basement of some guy's store in Brooklyn, or the sister store he married. He's in the basement with a group of guys, like 5 or 6 other guys. One of the guys he's in the basement with did a stream on me. You know, he calls me a sellout. While he's doing the stream on me, this roach is going by the screen. He's going against what I'm teaching. This is true, people. The only reason I don't mention these people is I don't want to give them no publicity. The main reason they mention me over and over, because they're trying to get the publicity. It's 2 different things. I don't want to give them that. Salute to the 800 people watching us and still counting. So I want to say this. I'm talking about economics. I'm a sellout. The man is calling me a sellout while he's doing his stream, calling me a sellout. Roaches, plural, are moving across the screen. Oh, everybody got roaches in New York, he says. You see how convenient these arguments are? It ain't just me, everyone has it. This is not true. But everyone now has to have roaches in New York because you have it. While you was trying to tear down and castigate a Black man. While you was castigating me about how I'm a sellout and how I feel like I'm all of that because I'm in a different community. While you guys ain't waking up to realize you guys are really not in a Black community. You're in a community populated by Black people that white people run. The community I'm in is more Black than your community because there's wealthy Black people here that's more in control of their destiny. It's true. Hey, look, I can put a piece of bread on my counter, fam, and no roach is going to come by. It's one of the reasons why I left. But when you become complacent with it, I'm not knocking anybody who got roaches. I come from that. I went to school sometimes, opened up my book, and it was a flat roach in the book. I'm telling you real stories. Embarrassed, like, yo, let me shake this joint out before anybody see. They'll have my ass in class if they see this. You know how it gets in school. Because I did it when other people didn't know, and I had roaches. Just to take the light off of me. That's how we are, but damn, we adults are still acting like this? So no, I'm not trying to tear down the brothers and sisters who having hardship. What I need you to do is recognize you deserve better and stop accepting those living conditions. See, when a man says everybody has roaches, he's a dangerous man because now everything he teaches us, we got to question. Because he's delusional. Everyone has to have roaches now because he has roaches. This while he knocks a Black man that's in a better position. So he's in the basement. He's in Tigger's basement. He's in the basement with another brother, a Hebrew brother, who says, look at Polite smiling like that. He didn't say my name, though. He said, look at the brother. He gets on the white man show, Vlad TV, does an interview with the white man, and I can see all his teeth. Look how much he's smiling. And I said, man, because I'm smiling? Anybody that knows me knows I always smile. I'm known to cheese. But when I got in front of the white man, he has to do a show in the basement of a store next to somebody who just was getting at me with roaches coming across the stream. He feels now my turn to get at Polite. Now there's like 5-6 men in there, all taking turns about talking about me. Those 5-6 men should put their money together and come out of the hood. Put their money together and create an opportunity for the hood and for themselves to live better and do better. No, they're down there talking about me and why so much of my teeth are showing. This from somebody who doesn't really have good teeth. See, I could do this with pride. I could do this with pride. But it takes for the person with bad teeth to talk about the person with good teeth. It takes for the person with roaches in their house to talk about which house that I moved in. You see what's going on here? Maybe someday, 3-4 years from now, I'll use them as a case study and show you the videos. I keep all this stuff on file. I just don't like to give these people the publicity. So this Hebrew is worried about how much teeth I'm showing because I'm smiling during the interview. Not the Most High. That's not his concern. He's not going to take the opportunity to talk to you about the Most High. He's going to talk to you about a brother whose teeth is showing during the interview. The next time this brother goes in the street and you know who you are, I challenge you. Because you are a waitress. I mean a waiter. I know what you do for a living. You're a waiter. Why don't you wear your waiter outfit and then teach the people on the street in your waiter outfit how you're going to bring the fall of the white man and see how people respond to you. The people don't even know you wait on people, white people, hand and foot, hour after hour a day. You're a waiter. Now, this is not a shot to the people that are waiters and waitresses out there. I'm just saying, if I'm part of a Kill the White Man organization, the white man's the devil, the white man's a beast, Polite is a sellout because he's working with white people. How come the brothers who support you when you stand outside, how come they don't all just put $20 out of their pocket up every week so you, the speaker, can at least be an example of not working for the beast, as you call him? Why would an organization allow you to speak about the white man the way you do and then let you be a waiter later on in the damn night? I got the photos. I just don't want to, I'm not interested in you guys like that. 3 years from now, you watch your ass. Because it's going to come. And I hope you would have woke up by the time so we could laugh. But you are a waiter. And where you wait food for people, they're mostly white. So you're serving. Cursed be the Canaan, the servant upon servants, he shall be. Ain't that in your Bible? Yes. You're going to work to the sweat of your brow. All this other stuff. Listen, why don't you guys, because all you got jobs, why don't you guys come out one day and just show people how you look when you go to work and teach that white man stuff and see how much people respond to you? You think you're cursing up a storm now because no one's listening to you? Put on your uniforms when you go to work. Clean up on aisle 4. You be like, that is not the homie over there talking about the hells of America and he going to destroy the white man. You can't get those 20, 30 brothers who hang around you to put up the money so you, the speaker, can always be free from labor, so at least we don't have that over you. How much do you hate the white man that you guys ain't come up with an idea to at least free your speaker up? No, we only can get to kill the white man shit when you done and you clock out. We can't get it during your 9 to 5. How convenient. You're going to serve him throughout the day. And you're going to come in the street and gas everybody else up about how they got to destroy America and overthrow the world and kick the white man's ass and yell and curse and scream at him while he's defending you on the left and the right Only for you, yeah, I'm about to do some double overtime. I gotta wait tables. You spend most of your day like this, Mr. Kill the White Man. You spend most of your day like this, asking white people, you need any salt, Tabasco sauce? What kind of black power movement is this? Where the leaders are waiting hand and foot on the white man during the day. And you come out and you gas us up with all of this kill whitey, I got my foot on his neck energy. You don't know how it felt the first time I seen somebody from a strong black power movement waiting tables at Red Lobster. I was flabbergasted and I was disgusted simultaneously. I was confused. My whole world shut. That's when I said, I gotta wake up. Listen to these Negroes. Don't keep me freaking Paul. I'm over here making sure I don't cut my hair. Ain't spending no money on haircuts. I'm growing my nails. I was transforming right before my wife's eyes. Living like a hermit in the house. I ain't going. The hell with the system. I ain't buying no clothes either. I'm keeping this shit real. Daddy, can we go to Disneyland? No, we keeping this real. Can we go to the movies? We ain't paying for no white supremacy films. No. But no, we're keeping it real, family. We're gonna keep this shit real. F the white man. And I ain't gonna work his job either. I ain't even trying to get a bunch of money because getting a big house, he's just gonna take it anyway. I know how these crackers function, trying to tell you the hell with his system. Meanwhile, the people putting this damn thing in my head, doing double overtime. And doing this black power thing part-time. Got me denying my children. So y'all see me go to Disneyland, y'all talk all that Mickey Mouse is a white supremacist. Mickey Mouse ain't did shit to you. Cut it out. Leave Goofy alone. Leave Mickey Mouse alone. Leave Minnie Mouse alone. It's a female, damn it. Leave her alone. They ain't did nothing to you. I'm not selling out if I take my children to Disneyland. Because I've denied my children and my wives for too many years listening to you crazy ass Negroes. And from one year to the next, you see no growth in the teachers who teach you this. Every teacher that teaches you to turn up against the white man. Look at his own life. You probably know little to nothing about it because there's nothing to show. Where they do that at? Name me a community anywhere in America where the leaders can come out and nobody knows their wives, their children. You don't know their names. They just make up their own names. They're in and out of relationships if there are. They have no children. If they do, they're on child support. This is true. And I'm not shooting at the brothers who are on child support. I'm not shooting at the brothers that's on child support. I'm saying there's certain requisite steps that we have to take as leaders. And it appears all I have to do is curse out white people and I'm in the in crowd. All I gotta do is call white people the cracker. High five. He's real. That's all I gotta do. Just call white people names and curse up a storm when I'm teaching, and you're gonna say that's black power. Yo, we need to get some stores. Nigga, that ain't no black power. You're talking about money. This nigga economic system gonna collapse. The cracker system is gonna collapse. The dollar is gonna be destroyed. I've been told this since the time I was getting Nation of Islam newspapers when I was 13, 14 years old. For as long as I can remember, this damn dollar was supposed to collapse. So guess what? When I first got conscious, I wasn't worried about saving no big amounts of money and having a dream house and nice car. Why? The dollar's gonna collapse and I would have wasted my time. Here I am, 33 years old. It's been over 20 damn years, this dollar still ain't freaking collapsed. You sold me another story. And Jesus is coming. Just at an indefinite time. We have no idea. And he says he's gonna come like a thief in the night. Well, if he's a good thief, he would have came and left without us even knowing. In and out the window, tiptoeing in the house about. How we know he ain't come and left already? There ain't no damn time we know when he coming. My grandmother waited for him. She's dead. Her daughter waited for him. She's dead. My aunt. My grandmother's mother waited for him. She's obviously dead. So what are we gonna do? We gonna wait for Jesus Or we're going to wait for the dollar to collapse? Which one you want to pick? Because neither one of them is happening every year. Or you sitting here hoping the dollar collapse so you can get away with being lazy and never doing anything to come up and treat your family the way they deserve, waiting and being patient on you lazy Negroes. All I'm doing is just asking real black men to wake up. Stop using this black power stuff as an excuse to do nothing. Because these people manipulate you. The only people that can make a little bit of money off of that crazy shit is the people telling it to you. And it's not even enough money for them. That's why they be fighting amongst each other. That's why there's no unity. Lord forbid they got to share DVD sales because people wind up liking both of you. That's how they think. They ain't about to do no real unity. Share their damn audience. They think they're going to lose money if they unite. They don't think they're going to make money if they unite. If you got to live off of teaching, you're already compromised. What you mean I'm compromised? Anybody who got to make a living teaching, they're the ones compromised. And it doesn't mean it's wrong to make a living teaching. I'm saying when you're in the struggle, you start trying to hit certain points harder and you get some more dollars. Damn it. Even if I got to start making this shit up. The teacher who doesn't have to make a living teaching and still teaches you, I say, man, that guy probably just cares because this can be a headache talking to people who think they know, who call you names. Very interesting. I work with white people. I don't work for white people. I work with white people. I create opportunities even for white people who want to invest in me. Oh, here we go. You see, he's creating opportunity. No. Sometimes they have a skill set that I haven't been acquainted with by way of a black person that can advance my family. Just wait for the black person to come. I ain't tell you to just wait to get a job from a black person before you got a job. What the hell are you telling me? I ain't say, brother, don't get a job unless a black person hire you. I never said that to you. So what are you doing telling me how to pick and choose where I'm gonna make my income? You guys are crazy. It ain't me. I swear it ain't me. I thought about this for years, long and hard, to see if it was me. Long and hard. You don't know the weird, crazy shea butter shit I was doing just to try to subscribe to you Negroes with this pro-black, pan-African, what would Khalid Muhammad say? And y'all get mad at me. Because according to Khalid's child, not me, and I brought this up before, he said they had to live in the projects when his father died. And people say, he's lying. I don't know. I don't know if he's lying. He's a successful black man today. And it sounds like he still honors his father, in my point. Sounds like it, from what I hear him saying. But I could be wrong. Maybe his family, but not me. I'm just quoting. And I put this quote out here when I debated one of the brothers in the past. So the black man died. Everyone loves Khalid Muhammad. I mean, at the Million Youth March, he had 30,000 people come out. Would America allow even black Obama to be poor or his family be in distress even when he died? You think so? Name me a family that comes from the presidents. They're just walking around here, poor, living in the projects. See, that's what legacy is. When we got structure, when we got order. That's legacy. But our leaders die. Everybody wants to bring their name up to tear me down. You only love these guys when you want to tear somebody else down. You want to bring up, this is necromancy. You only worship the dead when you want to tear down a living brother. See, Khalid wouldn't have done that. What would Malcolm have said? Negro, you're the same person that would have gave Malcolm hell back then. You're the same person that would have gave Garvey hell back then. So I don't want to hear none of that. Because the truth of the matter is, Khalid Muhammad's family, according to his son, were impoverished when that black man died. And I'm not saying that to tear down Khalid Muhammad. I'm saying that so black people can see themselves for what they are inside of this thing we call it the Black conscious movement. Maybe Dr. Ben. Let's look at Dr. Ben. Dr. Ben lived in a nursing home. Yes, you're polite. You should have took him out the nursing home. That's right. For every problem that takes place, get the Par African. Put this symbol up there in the sky, and let Brother Polite be the one to save the day for every damn body. The hell with my family. The hell with my goals. No, you want 100% from one person instead of 1% from 100 people. So if something happens to one person, we still got 99%, and we can make accommodations for someone to fill the slot. No, you want 100% from one person. It's not fair to think like that. That's lazy Negro mentality. When you say you do it, you about the van. Why are you not involved? Why is it just me? I know nigga shit when I hear it, because I come from there. I'm fluent in nigga shit. Very verse. It's one of the languages I speak. I understand it in great length. At great length, I understand it. When Negroes are operating, I understand it. Yeah, don't think I'm so far removed from the hood. I don't get it. So everyone can quote Dr. Ben and tell you the powerful things that he's read and the things that he's taught. They're good at that. In a heartbeat, a black man would turn around and tell you all the wonderful things that Dr. Ben has taught. But in a heartbeat, we ain't come up with no money to see him out of that nursing home, did we? But everyone talked about the books. Everyone talked about what they got from the man. But what did you get back to the man? Everyone can claim this is my teacher. This is a point of reference. He raised me up. I'm true to him. He knows me. I'm related to him. So what is he doing in that nursing home? Why he had to transition from planet Earth, from the nursing home, into a church to go underground. I mean, when stuff like this happens, I'm not really convinced. When stuff like this happens, I say to myself, well, there goes my ambitions to be part of this Black Power movement. I'm kicking rocks. I was smart enough very early to see where this shit was going. Nowhere. Because somewhere right now, there's a crazed Negro who you calling the teacher, cursing out the white man, and having problems paying their own bills. And the following is having problems paying their own bills. And that is the elephant in the room. But all we need to get the Holy Spirit is to go, Black Power, Black Power, Black Power. Negroes grow hoarse, lose their damn voice. They try to talk the next day. What happened to you? Oh man, we was chanting Black Power. Felt great. Felt great. Like you a sellout, you work with white people. Fine. Why are you asking me for donations? These monies came from white people when I was working with them. You don't need this. It's blood money. You don't need this. What the hell you need money from me for? I get my money with white people. Why the hell you asking me for anything? I was a coon, right? I was a sellout, right? I was an Uncle Tom, right? Then what you need my money for? You can't have it both ways. I can't be a coon because I left the hood and I'm making money with white people. And then you want to ask the coon for the money right after. Video after video after video. I was called a coon, at least on 6 videos straight. I was called a sellout on 2 videos. But I'm good enough to ask for money. And people say, just go get it for the brother. Just help him out. No, I'm a coon. Let the coon begin. You ain't getting shit from me. Because I don't know no better. I'm a coon. Get it from the pro-black Negroes. Yeah, the ones who left Dr. Bennett in the nursing home, collect the money from them. The ones that's constantly doing videos on you, just because you may disagree with something, get it from them. Why my money good all of a sudden? Ain't I been cooning? Why my money good all of a sudden? What the hell? I'll be damned. You can't have it both ways. You can't call me a sellout and call me a coon for moving out the neighborhood and working amongst and with white folks, and then say the money is still good, but the nigga ain't. Oh no, you ain't getting nothing from me. I say it with a smile. Look, I'm cooling right now. Go ahead. Say it with a smile. Oh, them teeth you don't like. That's right. Call me coon. Makes my teeth white. Say it. Love it. Yeah. Enough money to keep them two right. That's right. That's right. Make another video on me. I send you a complimentary can of Raid. So the next time you do a video on me, you can spray them suckers out. Or you can get sophisticated. You could feed two birds with one brain by getting the glue traps so they can collect the roaches and the mice. That's when we got hit to the shit. Maybe you want to tape the glue trap around your camera. So when they get around your camera, at least it can get stuck so no one has to see it. And people say, Polite, you so mean to your people. I haven't called nobody a name the whole time I've been getting called names. People doing interviews about Brother Polite calling me all sorts of names. And then they say, man, why won't you help your people? I help my people, but you all don't consist of just my people. People try to make this community be like the end all for the people you need to help. If you ain't helping them, you ain't helping nobody. I can help black people. There's billions of us all over this planet. I ain't helping you Negroes. I refuse to. I woke up. Watch this. Sick. As a second grade teacher, white people. Imagine if my second grade teacher knew I wrote over 90 books today, which I have. And my second grade white teacher come out the woodworks as several white second grade teachers. Imagine if they came out the woodworks. I'm the one that taught that man how to read. I made you. Because all that book writing you doing and everything, I worked on your grammar. I worked on your penmanship. I gave you reports in school. And now you go write these 90+ books and you ain't mentioning me. You ain't telling the world that I helped you formulate your thoughts and ideas. But white people don't do that when they teach you in school, do they? But you know, black people own you when they teach you something. They own you. Black people own people when they teach them something. Look at this. I was in the Nuwapian community. You know what they do on my Facebook all the time? If you love what Polite is saying, then you need to get it from the source because he get all his information from us. I said, it's interesting because the homie over here in Harlem said he made me. So did he steal the Nuwapian information while he was making me? Because he's also claiming right to me and everything that I know. He's claiming he made me. And you got to step in line. Well, you know what's funny? When I was grinding, nobody wanted to be part of me. People were sabotaging me. People was cutting out my videos when I was doing debates, cutting out my rounds, making one round into 3, adding footage to my stuff. And I sat there like this because I'm not the type to come on camera and try to get at people. I took it on the chin. Said, man, I ain't powerful enough to complain. See, I'm a smart man. I sit around people and be like, I ain't powerful enough to complain. I know how to humble myself. That stuff drives me. And I remember it every year. I'm like, I'm not powerful enough to complain. I gotta take the abuse. I sat there, took the abuse. The Nuwapian community made me. Oh, really? So when I was writing those books, you wasn't telling me those books are unauthorized. You're not supposed to do that. You gotta get permission to write books. When I was teaching class, you know they was telling me? You teaching stuff outside the doctrine. It's not right. When I left the community, you know what they were saying? He doing his own thing. He cursed. He's condemned. The master don't deal with him. He's on his own path. He's off. Brother Polite comes up. Yeah, you know he's one of ours. You know how he came up, right? He was with us, right? Hold on. You Negroes wasn't claiming me when I was in the fire. When I was in the fire in the organization, thinking my own thoughts, picking my own direction, none of you claimed me. side and you left me out there by myself. And I came into the conscious community after. I was too hot because stupid me had different ideas, like economics. I'm like, well, this is not being addressed much in here. We got a lot of other stuff, philosophical, theological things being presented, and these were powerful ideas, never undermined. I ain't had one economic book. If you could show me an economic book from your community, I concede to defeat. Show me one book just focused on economics. Show me one. Show me one book just focused on domestic violence. Show me one. But when I wanted to write books on these ideas, I was condemned. They said I was trying to do my own thing. They said I was trying to take over the mission. I left. Who came with me? Nobody. Everybody, oh no, we ain't going there. We want to make it to heaven. We want to make it on the shams. Everybody stayed where they was at. Now I come up. Now you Negroes is all over my Facebook. Yo, if you like what he's saying, you need to get down with Dr. York because he's the one that made him that way. We the one. Now they don't even say the teacher's name. It's we taught him that. Who's the we, Negro? Who's the we? Tired of these mythological we's. Who are the we that word consists of? No more pronouns. Mention the names. Who are the people you're talking about? So a guy named Prince could come out of nowhere. Hey, he dropped out. So if you feeling him, I'm still in school. Yo, this is sad, man, Black people. He dropped out, so you got to see him as a dropout. I'm still in here, so I'm still learning. So all the time he's been away, just imagine how much I know. If you really like him, then imagine what you're going to get from me. See, this right here is shameless for Black men. And the sad thing about it, I'm not even embellishing on what has been taking place. This stuff has actually been taking place. This stuff has actually been taking place. This is crazy. Shout out to my brother King Simon. Yeah. So I'm gonna pull up a few slides to get my brothers back on. And we're gonna get in. Peace to the 1,000 people that's in the building and counting. You know, the reason why I look bad when people say, yo, why you don't just help this person? Why you don't help that person? It's not what people remembered what they did for you. It's what they forgot that they did to you. Sayings come up from pain. These painful sayings. Everybody wants to tell you, you remember what I did for you? But they never want to tell you how they forgot what they did to you. I've always been the type of person in the hood, you could say something horrible to me or do me wrong. I've always been the type of person, I just sit on it. I like to catch you sleeping. I like to smile later and be like, damn, you really don't remember. You really believe you was only nice to me. Let me see, I'm not the type, I don't do videos and break down my part and go meticulously through the different things that make me right. I'm just not that type of person. Because I don't even like saying people's names on my pages and my platforms. I just like to keep it with me. I'm not interested in that kind of publicity. But I tell you this, people, I don't forget what people put me through. I don't. The times I've been undermined, the times I've been disrespected. And at the heat or at the moment of adversity, pancakes, when things get hot and people flip, we call them pancakes. A lot of people be flip-flopping. They with you until things get out of control. They with you until things get out of control. Till things get hot. I know who my friends are. See, when someone I think is my friend and they turn around and say, you was never my friend. You was just a business partner. I'm like, wow, it was only about money. And people say, yo, polite man, you gotta fix this. The homie said we was never friends. So all of that was fake. It's one thing when you sense something sometimes, another thing when a person says it. What I'm supposed to do with that? I'm supposed to come out, yell at him. I can't believe you would do this to me. I ain't gonna do that. They're grown men. He was my friend. Maybe I wasn't his. I'll accept that. I was in a friend mode. I'm like, wow. Okay. Stupid me the whole time. I'm thinking we friends. You over here saying we business partners. Stupid me. I was tricked. But then it all started making sense anyway. So I'm like, I'll move on. I'll live my life. And my friend can call me a coon and a sellout and everything to everybody and do video after video after video after video after video. Yeah, 8 and up. Keep counting. And how much videos Brother Polite did? For every video where I was being called a coon, for every video where somebody else was being interviewed to disrespect me, how many videos did I do? I moved on and did what I did. I did no videos. Find one if I did. Find one. If you can find one, show me one. But people say, yo, you got to make this thing right, Polite. Make what right? I've been called a coon in front of my daughter. Cursed out in front of my daughter. And all I ask people is, show me one name. Tell me one name that I called my brother while I was being cursed out in front of my daughter. Tell me one name I called him. Just tell me one. Because that's my friend. I'm not perfect. I'm far from perfect. I have my shortcomings. But there's levels to this. There's rules, man. So even now, you ain't going to hear me call a man I still consider my brother and my elder. No names. I can't do that. We got a difference in opinion, and sometimes our version of history is more befitting to ourselves, perception-wise, than it is to the person that was part of the account. I understand that. We all may see history, and it may be a bit obscure or opaque. Because the way in which we would like to see ourselves versus the way the world actually sees us, we may tell the story a little bit differently. And if we don't have no witnesses to do the recording, it gets more tough. I understand. But when I'm getting cursed out in front of my family, it's a whole nother situation. It's a whole nother situation. When someone says I never did anything for them, when someone says I never did anything for them, it's real. You know, and people telling me I'm throwing shots at stores. I ain't mention no store names. But how can someone tell me not to throw no shots at a store I didn't mention who's constantly doing videos tearing me down? The only reason I don't mention that store is because it's still a black business. Even though they're used, here go Negroes again. Negroes get a big page and following. You think it's about getting the information, and then they use it selfishly. They use it to tear down black people at will whenever they matter other black people, and then they pick it back up. Yo, here's some more information. Fox 5 don't just say, yo, you know what? Since you are a news anchor, I heard you got a little beef with the homie down the block. Today, scrap the weather. Tear that mother effer down. Imagine if your news channel said, you know, we're taking the day off. You came here for news? No. The weather's going to be all right today. We ain't got no specific degrees. We don't know when it's going to stop raining. Just know eventually it'll stop. Today, we got to tear down this black man. That's what black people do. So you got black people talking about they running their bookstore and they got to work hard to get it together. But they get 5 people down in that basement to talk about me, to disrespect me. Then they say, Polite, let's come on, just be careful, Polite. And then they got the nerve to monetize. Like before I can hear what negative stuff you got to say about me, I got to watch you get the little coins from the white man by showing his white advertisements. And all you people are pro-black. See? Pro-black stuff is not practical. Think about it. The pro-black people in their black business say we're going to take some time off from our black business. We're not going to produce. We're not going to promote our products and our goods. What we're going to do is get into some gossip with like 4 or 5 men in the basement. We're going to monetize this gossip. So before you even watch anything, you're going to have to watch a commercial where white people are going to make more money than you're going to make off of the gossip. You're going to get pennies on a dollar for talking about me. And it's all worth it. Because my name in there is clickbait. But watch this. None of your names is going to be on my screen. And it's not even going to be monetized. Think about that. You see? But you're talking about me. But you're monetizing gossip. And fronting like, well, we teaching the people because today we have to talk about him. And then people saying, yo, you're throwing shots over there. And I'm not throwing shots. If roaches came across someone's screen, it happens. People have roaches all the time. But people with roaches generally do not film while the roaches are moving around and disrespect somebody else that they're talking about. That normally doesn't happen. Only black people do weird stuff like that. You know, you want to be on your A game when you start disrespecting people. You want to clean the house up before you start disrespecting people. Yo, you know, wipe the lens and sweep the floor, homie. Like, damn. Nah, I ain't gonna mention your name. I ain't interested in that. I don't care to do that. Damn. I mean, who does that though, man? Yeah, that's crazy, yo. This some wild stuff. It happens. I don't know. But don't worry, homie. I'm not into mentioning this story. It's still black business. Still black business. But what's sad is they keep doing videos on me over and over and over again. They're intoxicated. That's where their most views come from. If I'm lying, people, just look where you see my name on these people's channels. You'll see that's when they get their highest amount of views. It becomes intoxicating because you start thinking people are watching your channel because they like you. This is how weird and disillusioned these people are. Oh, look, I'm starting to get more hits. And in between that thought, let me just make sure we throw polite name in there and say something negative. Keep it going. Everybody got the right to agree. Everybody got the right to disagree. Shout out to the 1,100 people in the chat. See his family? I can do this without cursing people out. I can do this without calling people names out. And I can do this without going into the little intricacies of all the little things that I've done for other people. I'm not interested in that. What I want people to do is to realize you've been had. You've been hoodwinked. You've been bamboozled. What I'm talking about. Because we wouldn't have no time to take a day off of Black Power to constantly revisit the same gossip over and over with so many issues at hand. It is an excuse to blame somebody for why things are not working right now. Take away people's gossip out of their channel. How much videos would you have to take down? What are the issues? How will we address them? How can we effectively mobilize the people? But anybody that disagrees with the traditional thought or thesis is called an agent. We're good at name calling in this Black Power community. We're very good at name calling. And if we had $1 for every name that get called, we can actually change the movement. But Negroes winning cash in, you know what we need? We need a Black Power swear jar. So every time we call one of our brothers a coon, we put $1 in there. At least we will open up a school with that. Because we good at calling each other names. And we need a cracker jar. Whenever we call the white man a name, put some money up on that. We need a Pan-African jar. We need a Black conscious community jar. Where every time we call white people names and every time we call our own people names, if you think I'm joking, we erect a school. There got to be at least 10,000 people that's out there that says the white man's the devil. If they put $5 up a week, we'd be at $1 million+ in 10 months. You mean to tell me 10,000 people saying that the white man's the devil? I'm sure there's more than 10,000 in America alone. You telling me 10,000 people don't have $5 a week for 10 months, $20 a month, that say the white man's the devil to alter their reality, to thrust themselves into $1 million? But you want to say, here goes the successful brother. Let's put him to task. Spend all your money on our change. We all poor. Spend all our money on change. But you guys can put up $5. All you Kill the whitey. I know you're working for him, so you definitely can take $5 out the check. You're a waiter. You get tips. What's taking $5 out of your waiter tips a week? It's not even coming out of your check, bro. Come on, man. You know you getting tips. There's a mandatory 18% these days, man. Come on. It's not playing around. You can put $5 up a week. Let's not be silly. Never argue with someone who speaks better than you. Never do that. People got to wake up, man. You got to wake up. I would never argue with someone who speaks better than me. And you know what people say? You speak better than me, then shut up then. Be quiet. You don't want to get involved with that situation. If you do. I want y'all to watch this. We're going to share the screen. Then we're going to let the community come in. We're going to let the community come in. And we're going to let these entrepreneurial brothers have their build. But this needs to be said. We got to wipe this mysticism out of here. You make the white man too powerful. Talking all that talk about him. Now I'm going to show you some stuff. This is gonna hurt your eyes, people. Because we know how much you don't like white people. Well, the first thing I want you to do is to take a look at these flyers. Saturday, December 17, 2016. Triumph or Try Trump. Reconstructing the maternal consciousness and socioeconomic disposition of the Black community. Triumph or Try Trump. This is going to be in Baltimore. Make sure you lock this down. Okay, the tickets are online. You can purchase the tickets online to come out to Baltimore December 17th. I will have Miss Wright there. She's going to be breaking down the science of maternal consciousness. If you go through this channel, you're going to see the sister's no joke. She puts the information down. Then we got King Los, who signed to Kanye West Management. Baltimore's very own. He's very, very successful. Okay, he's to the left where you see the Corsa. This brother right here, King Los, he's a true legend. You also can type in Brother Polite King Los, and you'll see several videos up, but you can go right here on I Am Brother Polite and see what it is. Thank you, family. Black Power 187 TV. Download the Brother Polite app. Definitely download that. You get all the tips you need. We got educational games coming up. That's going to be on the app. That's going to help you out with real estate, help you with vocabulary. It's going to be very powerful. So this is going to be at Banneker Blake Academy for Arts and Sciences, 1101 Winston Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland, 21212, 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. Saturday, December 17th. Make sure you come. Make sure you're in the building. Tickets are $25 in advance. It's going to be more at the door. Okay, you can go to Brother Polite Facebook or Brother_Polite on Instagram to get more information. Then December 23rd, the week after that, I'll be in Cleveland, Ohio. First, we're going to be giving away toys to children at the first projects that was ever built in America. That's in Cleveland, Ohio. Then I'll be teaching at the York Wright Masonic Hall, 13512 Kinsman Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio, 44120, between 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. Donations are $20. Okay. So the phone numbers is over there. You can see the phone numbers on your screen. Brother Anu, 216-353-3257, or Sister Lorient, 0989-7730. Okay, so first we'll be giving out toys. No, I do not celebrate Christmas. However, I do not celebrate Christmas. Okay, however, we will support our young brothers and sisters who are in the spirit of getting gifts, and then we look to educate their parents on knowing that we have created a medium out there. And as far as NCSD is concerned, New Covenant Special Defense, we created a medium out there so people know. We have outreach programs for people suffering from domestic violence. We also have our NCSD out there so we can organize effectively for security purposes. So in the event of an instance of police brutality, we have people that's trained and skilled enough to know how to respond so we can control the narrative. Standing on a car, leading us to a riot. We don't want that. We don't want that, okay? So New Covenant Cleveland. Thank the good brothers and sisters that's out there. December 23rd, we'll be in the building. I'll be teaching at York Wright Masonic Hall, 13512 Kinsman Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio, 44120 is the zip code. Between 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. The donations are $20. Call the family. We are organizing. We are not just there to do no lectures. Last time I was out there, you see me on the ground. We went to people's homes, called them out their houses, told them to get on out so they can follow us in March. We had to teach the lecture. And we still have those people still with us to this very day. Nothing changed. And again, I'll be in Baltimore Saturday, December 17, 2016, Triumph or Try Trump with King Los, who will be performing, and Miss Ashley, right, who will be talking about reconstructing the maternal consciousness and socioeconomic disposition of the Black community. That's going to be at Banneker Blake Academy for Arts and Sciences, 1101 Winston Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland, 212, between 6 p.m. and 11. Actually, come by 5 if you can. If Doggy want to speak, Doggy could connect with me. Send an email. If the brother Doggy wants to send an email, he could come in. Somebody just do me a favor and post an email, or Doggy, if you have number, baby, because there's nothing Doggy can call up on. There's no phone number. So the people that's writing Doggy's trying to call up, that's ridiculous. Just call Simon and he can send me his phone number. Right? Or Doggy, send me an email. I'll send you the link so you can get up in here, bro. No problem. I'll send you the link. Let's see how we could work this out, man. Doggy, do you got King Simon's? Do get my number from King Simon and send me a text and say that it's you. Like, yo, you guys are funny. Okay, so if you don't have King Simon's number, then talk to me. I'll figure it out so I can get you in the building. Vegan revolution. This is the next thing I need y'all to look at. Take a look at this right here. How you doing? Sister is conceiving. She's homeless. She ain't got
you know, we all we got. That's for God right there. You get it, they got you. You know, we like you, girl. That's y'all. Yeah, that's y'all. Oh, the baby's over here? Oh, we
I appreciate that.
What's up, baby? Good?
It ain't New York style. No.
I'm from New York.
Yeah, I got from Cali. How you know this?
More pizza? Say it ain't real. This man is game. Change the mind of the mind, the heart of the heart of the you know, you gotta understand what you got, but you working with it. Means we like you, baby. I love you. Okay, you know I love you, baby. We all the time,
Yeah, so we have a GoFundMe set up called the Vegan Revolution. And contrary to what my big brother said, F this is not nothing, and so forth and so on. I just want you to know that what we've done, we've interconnected a lot of good brothers in the gang culture, and we have to thank the 300 gangsters for pretty much setting up a flagship, demonstrating how unity should look, and humanitarian efforts by way of our brothers in the gang culture. So we want to thank Big Wolf and PFK Boom, particularly from Baltimore, helping us mobilize these people. They spend their monies and feed the family on to this day. They just gave away 500 turkeys of recent coming out their own pocket. Well, we have our good brothers, our Lokes, our Crips in Jersey, also doing the same thing. I got some Crips coming out from North Carolina, And in fact, a lot of the brothers from Gang Culture, they meeting up with me in Baltimore December 17th, so we can do some serious nation building. Salute to Supernova Sloan. Supernova, we love you. He's also going to be coming out as well, Supernova. And of course, he's bringing some of the G's too. But we're going to have a G'd up meeting, and then we're going to do some real philanthropic work, like giving away food. I want us to give away vegan food in high amounts throughout the course of the month. Throughout the course of the month, we are talking about giving away vegan food. We're talking straight into the month of January, but we need the people's support. Now, y'all don't know me to ask for no donations because it's just not what I do. However, because of the funding of the vehicles and getting these brothers to come from different states to organize instead of banging, I'm calling on the people to help us out with this vegan revolution because we are connecting with each other from the spirit that is evoked from giving away food. From giving away food. That's what we're talking about. Okay. Okay, just hold up real quick. Okay, so we have a vegan revolution, and this vegan revolution entails, it's a special project where we bring in the gang members together from different states, from different communities, and we're working together to feed the Black family or give toys away during the holidays, and to let the community know that these brothers are here to protect and not destroy. And we're going to build our brotherhood through selfless acts of love. So we're calling this a vegan revolution because more of us are dying. More of us are dying from diabetes and cancer. Then we are dying from killing each other or from white folks killing us. So because we know homelessness is a problem, violence in the community perpetrated against each other is a problem. I don't like saying black on black because every community has crimes amongst each other, but ours happens to be called black on black, so I do my best to stay away from that. So because of the violence issue in our community perpetrated against and amongst each other, because of the high diabetes and cancer rate amongst other ailments, okay, what I feel is necessary to do at this particular point in time is to use alkaline food and philanthropy as a means to bring communities that were saturated in violence together to conduct a truly spiritual experience and to share that experience with and amongst each other. And it's been working. Giving away food and helping the youth has helped us out quite a bit. So that's the direction we need to go in. The national standard for poverty for a family of four is reflective of its earnings totaling $35,000 or less a year, while for an individual, poverty begins at $15,000 a year. According to the National Alliance to End Homelessness, almost 600,000 people were homeless last year. As if these statistics are not enough, gang violence in America is at an all-time high, and members of gang communities and their affiliates are more likely to die in their neighborhoods than in the case of them fighting in Afghanistan. Even more interesting, diabetes and cancer has claimed more lives than any act of violence in the worst of communities. To address these stark circumstances all at once. Is it even possible? We have erected a community of high-spirited individuals and families that have organized at-risk youth in order that they may assist us in their endeavor to feed the homeless and members of lower-income communities quality food, whilst at the same time restoring the humanity and hope in the participants that come from violent neighborhoods through acts of philanthropy. People just simply through giving them opportunities to conduct selfless acts of love. Join us in our endeavor to change the world through better living, eating, and giving more support to those that need it most. Join us in our vegan revolution. Help us organize youth that may have lost hope by funding our philanthropic efforts to feed the homeless and the lower income community the best of foods from straight through to 2017. Help spread the word. So we're asking you all to put up what you can. Everybody, do your best. Go to GoFundMe. Revolution. That's all you got to write. Write Vegan Revolution and show the brothers love and support. We complain that they're constantly banging on each other. Now they're organizing. They've been spending their own money out their own pocket. We're funding the vehicles for the brothers to come together to organize. And guess what? It's not just in Baltimore. These brothers that's coming from different states that bang is also following us to Ohio. We're giving away toys. They're going to be part of speaking to the community to get the young G's in alignment so they could truly understand. We're talking about a community revolution in progress, people. CRIP, okay? Let's figure it out. The Bloods and the Crips have its inception in consciousness. These brothers like Wolf, who I'm mentoring, he has hundreds of Bloods under him, working with him, okay? Big Wolf out there, PFK Boom, they get a lot of love and support. I watch the pastors drive by in the community. Everybody comes through, they already know. They gotta be on their P's and Q's because they know the brothers ain't about to have no more people exploiting their community. So what I'm saying is, we like to complain about our brothers and sisters quite often. That's part of the gang culture. Now we banging on diabetes. Now we banging on cancer. Okay? Now we banging on anemia. Now we banging on homelessness. We getting the warriors to actually do the fighting. Now you brothers and sisters can join us in Baltimore. You can join us in Ohio. Do us a solid. Donate what you can to the cause. All right, just donate to the cause. And of course, you always see the documented evidence of everything that we're doing. With or without the support, it's been going on. It's not going to stop. But right now, we want to upgrade this and we want to make it a vegan revolution. And we're using this as an endeavor to organize the G's, eliminate disease. And of course, the foods is also going to be for lower income community people who it may be hard for them to eat vegan foods because of the price. So that's where we're conducting our own intervention. So this is going to take the likes of the whole community, spread the link, let people know how important it is. Let's get this thing going. We will have news media in Ohio for what we're doing. Fox 5 will be there. Let's make this work. Sometimes the revolution will be televised. Let's take you to today's program. We're back. Let's do what we do. Then we're going to open up the line for the entrepreneurs. And we're going to have our brother Doggy Diamonds that's going to be on board as well. Doggy Diamonds will be in the building. He sent me a text. I'm going to send him the link once I get out of this phase of the page.
It deals with people who you started your life off with and what success does to them. People look at you strange, saying you changed, like you worked that hard to stay the same. Like you're doing all this for a reason.
I try humility, and you tear a man down. I produce more work. You tear me down. It seems like the more I do, the more I get torn out.
And what happens most of the time, people change. People change around you because they start treating you different because of your success.
Say you wouldn't have been all that back in their day. And it made me think about you. I said, you know what? This reminds me of Brother Polite. Because a lot of the elders criticize your style. You winning, but they criticize the way you...
Song starts inspired by Basquiat. My chariot's on fire. Everybody took shots, hit my body up. I'm tired. You know, it's just, they build me up to break me down, to build me up again. They're like, hope we need you back so we could kill your ass again. You know, it's like this thing, this love, hate thing that the world has with success.
So I thought that was dope. Happy birthday to the homie Hove. So today, it's just a few slides, people, like for Black Power. We have turned Black Power into complaining about not having money, resources, who they going to kill, name calling white people, identifying them, identifying our own people as agents, coons, sellouts, etc., etc. This has become typical behavior of Black Power in professionals. Let's move forward. Polite and his wife are sitting around white people. Let's call them a coon, shall we? This is what y'all do. And Negroes are going to screenshot this and put it up and say, look, we exposed him, Brother Polite. Listen, my money is not good for you. I make it working with white people. Always remember that. Remember that out there, Negroes. My money is no good for you. I make it working with white people. This is a warning. I should have put the warning sound effect on it, man. I should have had the warning. My money is not good for you. I make it working with white people. So here's a Jew. Yeah, he's a Jew. Your landlords are Jews. You still give them money so you can secure your rent. So don't give me no craziness. Okay? Your children go to school and they get graded by white teachers. And when your child gets a C, you don't turn around and say, C is for cracker. Give us an A for Africa. Y'all don't do that. So cut it out. Drew Coven is a venture capitalist amongst many other things. And his team, of course, is dealing with billions of dollars. And what he does, he helps startups find out what it is that they may be lacking. And it may not necessarily be a monetary shortcoming or disadvantage. It may be a matter of networking or strategy. So Drew was having a birthday and we came through and I really felt like that was a strong look, the love and the support. Because you know what? Who am I to get mad at a man that has helped me advance my family through the knowledge he has given me? Okay? So amongst a number of different things that the man Drew has taught me, he's also into knowledge. So we also build about knowledge quite a bit. And guess what? I don't have to be so-called banging on every white person I see, because I know you Negroes are not running around at random, stepping to white people left and right as you see them. So cut it out. Don't act like every white person on the planet is being attacked by you on site. I know you got white co-workers. I know your children got white teachers. I know when your parents go to the hospital, they're subject to white professionals. You're not running around cursing people out. You're getting the job done. And I expect you to get the job done. So don't try to disrespect me and play. Look at, there go those teeth again. Hey, family, look at those teeth again. There they go. Hey, my wife got them too. Look at those teeth again. Look at this cheese. Y'all call this cooning. But I'm laughing all the way to the bank. Go on, next slide. Y'all lost your mind. You saw me with Kylie Jenner. You lost your mind. You said, oh my gosh, why is he with her? I was at a business dinner on a separate occasion at the Nice Guy. It's a very private place, a lot of high-end clients that come there, and people do their thing. So I saw we connected. That's all it is. It's not that deep. Okay? Here's another person named Lisa LaPine. And I wrote here, Negroes put up the picture, but Negroes don't put up the caption. I said, thank her for a contribution and conversation and granting me an opportunity to do a show on my debates potentially. Lisa is the co-founder of Something Creative, production, sales, and distribution company. Lisa LaPine is a former Broadway producer and entertainment lawyer. So this is called networking, family. Where did I meet her at? At yet another business dinner. I'm shaking and moving. But then when Polite makes the bread, you tell me, yo, you need to donate. I was cooning, remember? When I left the community, I left the coon, as you say, so I can meet with other people who had resources and information that wasn't shared. Let me explain something to you people. I dropped out of school. If you guys go to school, chances are you're going to have to learn from white people sooner or later. When a black man drops out of school, you're telling me I don't have the right to learn from white people, but people who go to school that's black, they have the right to learn from white people, but me as a dropout, I can't go around where white people are and learn from them? Because I dropped out, that's it? No more learning from white people, but you can go to school and learn from white people? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, my money is not good for you. I understand. I won't be donating no time soon to you Negroes. Financial advisors. Okay. This is Hania Sadat. When people saw me with her, they said, man, why you got to get a white financial advisor? You can't get a black financial advisor? I didn't ask you why you had to work for white people instead of black people. You work for white people, and then you work until one day, hopefully it works out or it never works out. You die on a pension that's not worth anything. Happens to play black folks all the time. Hania has opened me up to a lot of new things. Of course, she's a financial advisor in her company, manages over $8.5 billion. Of course, she does work with Bill Gates as well. She just recently had a meeting with Michelle Obama. She sat at the United Nations, just to name a few things. She is not a pushover, but Polite should run like hell because she's white. Don't learn nothing from her and don't get no contacts. Get the heck out of there. She is white. She is white. She is white. Let's get from her, and let's not get any resources or accumulate any data that can maybe further advance our community and also my family at large. No, she's white. She's white. She's white. You Negroes. So then later on, I meet my brother Will. This is a black financial advisor. I met him later on. So that's my homie now. Now he's helping me. He's working with me. He's a powerful black man. Works for New York Life. I mean, he has his own brand under New York Life. He's doing his thing. I learned a lot from this brother too, but I didn't know him first. I knew her first. I didn't know him first. And I ain't give a damn who I met first. First come, first serve. I just need the information. I'm a fish out of water. Black people are afraid of white people. So I'm all out here by myself when I first was on my conscious path on out of the community. I'm by myself because everyone is scared of white people. White people are the boogeyman and the boogie woman. So I had to come out here and risk going against all the crazy stuff you Negroes was teaching me. Wound up coming up on some jewels in the form of knowledge. Now, in light of my success, where nobody wanted to step out with me when I said, yo, this is the direction we got to go. Now everybody got their hands out. But remember when I was walking off, you were saying you a coon, what you doing in that neighborhood? You didn't care if I would have to fly back and forth from the ghettos of New York to Beverly Hills. Nobody want to pay my flight ticket. Everyone want to tell me where I should live. It's more convenient for me to be out here based on my skill set of writing and mentoring celebs. But you said I was just being a groupie at first until you found out it was real. Funny. So let's do this one more time. Did you hear what Hov said? You heard what he said about success? Let's do it one more time.
It deals with people who you started your life off with and what success does to them. People look at you strange saying you changed, like you worked that hard to stay the same, like you're doing all this for a reason.
I try humility, and you tear a man down. I produce more work. You tear me down. It seems like the more I do, the more I get torn down.
And what happens most of the time, people change. People change around you because they start treating you different because of your success.
Say you wouldn't have been all that back in their day. And it made me think about you. I said, you know what? This reminds me of Brother Polite. Because a lot of the elders criticize your style. You winning, but they criticize the way you
Song starts inspired by Basquiat. My chariot's on fire. Everybody took shots, hit my body up. I'm tired. You know, it's just, they build me up to break me down, to build me up again. They're like, "Hold, we need you back so we could kill your ass again." You know, it's like this thing, this love, hate thing that the world has with success.
All right, family. And last but not least, we just want to remind you that the upcoming events are as follows. Triumph for Try Trump, Saturday, December 17th, 2016. Tickets are selling in advance for $25. Banneker Blake Academy for Arts and Sciences, 1101 Winston Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland. Zip code 21212. Doors are actually open at 5. It says 6 p.m. It's actually going to open at 5. Let's get it going. And then, of course, we'll be in Cleveland, Ohio the following week, December 23rd. New Covenant Cleveland presents Behavioral Economics Within the Black Community and Why We Should Support Our Own. York, Wright, Masonic Hall, 13512 Kinsman Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio, 44120, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. You can call Sister Lorient, 440-989-7730. Take a look at that real quick, family. We're going to bring in some fireworks. That is that. Someone said, never trust a person who can write 80 books in less than 8 years. I just got the text on my screen. Dang, black people never trust black brilliance. Never do that. Oh no, just stay black and stay in the hood. Oh no. I love y'all. Y'all say some of the things I never would have imagined. See that? Never trust a person who can write 80 books in less than 8 years. What on earth does this mean? I know Jay-Z used to get smacked up in high school. Interesting comment. What does this have to do with anything, family? Come on, people. Stay focused. This is why we're losing sometimes, all right? This is why we find ourselves losing. There we go. We're back. We're back. I hope that was enlightening. And don't forget, GoFundMe. We are organizing the bangers. Organizing them. And we're setting off a vegan revolution. Shout out to Big Wolf. I hope he's in the chat still. Yeah, we're going to start the block party. I know some people in there crazy. It's just that I didn't want to get distracted. I did not want to get distracted because, you know, we got things we have to teach and share with the community. And I'm about to let you guys into the chat. About to let you guys into the chat. And the reason I'm about to do that is because we're at that time of the show. It's almost time to close out. I'd be remiss if I didn't give you guys an opportunity to get into this chat room. So give me a little time. My brother, do you have a grand opening of some sort about to manifest soon for a new store? Yeah. Can you tell them that while I do some administrative things?
Yeah, so South Bay T-shirt printing right now, we're located at 5155 West Rosecrans Avenue in the city of Hawthorne, California. What is it, March 4th, we're having the grand opening of the new location. Where it sits right on the corner of Rosecrans and Ocean Gate. And if anyone's familiar with that area, it's a million shops. It's South Bay everything. South Bay Ford, South Bay, everything. So we're right next to the T-Mobile. It's a great location. And like I said, it's March 4th. We're having the grand opening at the new location.
Sounds great. Sounds great. Sounds great.
If you want to connect with us once again, it's southbaytshirtprinting.com, and that's South Bay, that's SOUTHBAY, t-shirt printing, no hyphen, just the t-shirt printing at gmail.com, or you can go to southbaytshirtprinting.com.
Okay, appreciate that. So I just was sending the brother Doggy, Doggy Diamonds, the link. You know, I'm no stranger to letting the people build. We're gonna let the good brother say his piece and contribute to the platform. That's how we do. So hopefully he got my text. I hope he confirmed, so he just comes in. Now, we're gonna have a recap while I wait for the brother to come in before I share you guys the link. What have we learned from this, people? I don't say these things. Oh, what's up, Ken? Oh,
you talking this motherfucker?
You bright.
I'm light skinned, so I'm good.
Oh yeah, definitely. It has its advantages.
What's going on?
I'm chilling, my brother. I'm coming to you real quick. I'm coming to real quick. I won't be long. So what have you learned, family? I super support the Black Power movement. And what I don't want people to do is to confuse something. When I say the pro-Black conscious movement is no longer practical and keeping us stagnant, that doesn't mean the theology or the thesis of being pro-Black or Pan-Africanism. I'm talking about the new age application. We're not making enough concessions to alternative approaches towards conducting this revolution. We can't get so caught up and think only our way or the traditional way is the only way. And then when someone is trying a different approach, people get upset. Understand what I'm saying? People will say, well, Polite, you got all that black gear on today, but damn it, you're going to turn around and have on some Versace later on. Be that as it may, I got my own mind state. Let's do that first. What does it mean? I got a strategy. I got a strategy that a lot of my brothers and sisters that was with me did not believe in, and now I've worked my way there. And I said I wanted to connect with a certain demographic. I want to connect with them. I know what their likes are. I know what their wants are, and I know what their desires are. So I market myself a certain way. But being pro-black, nobody really talks about marketing pro-black. That's not in the conversation. I look at the pro-black, pan-African, black conscious community as something that needs to be marketed more heavily so we can introduce more people. So in my worldview, as people may say, well, you got to give. You ain't giving them all. It's very difficult to tell somebody what they're giving and what they're not giving because you're not really in their pockets, nor are you in their business, nor do you understand their immediate environmental circumstances or obligations. But I'll tell you this, one thing that's for the record for sure. I know my man, when I did my debates, I know my big brother was getting some new toys after the Brother Polite debates. That's not a shot. That's being real. Them Brother Polite debates. And I'm saying he ain't have nothing prior because he have his own bread. I'm just saying after a good Brother Polite debate, be good money. So I've seen people like my DJ homie post on Facebook, thanks Brother Polite for the debate. And he showed a stack that he made from selling his shirts and everything else he was selling. Okay, so I just want people to understand, for me, coming into town, my life has become a donation. This is not being arrogant. That means I stuck to my craft, so much so that without even needing an undercard, I was able to get a bunch of vendors in the building and all of them said, yo, I made 500, yo, I made 1,000, yo, I made 12, yo, I made 15. In one day, for 5 hours, 6 hours? That's powerful. Very few of us can make that in a week, and some of us every 2 weeks or even a month sometimes. So when people are able to make $1,000, $1,500, $500, that's a come up. I still appreciate those dollar amounts. That's a come up, and you get to get the information in the process, and you get to extend your network and take business cards to let people know where you are in the streets, if you're vending in the streets, or where they could go online to further perpetuate spending and patronization with you, all because Brother Polite had an event. So the chair guy, and you know, when I get up in that Alhambra ballroom, we talking about 800 plus people, family. Let's not be confused. So the chair guy is making tons of money. He's black. The venue is a black business where black people are getting paid because the venue doors are open. So Alhambra being a black venue, the chair guy being black, security being black, vendors being black, over 20, 30 vendors, over 20, 30 entrepreneurs. And the only reason all these people can come and the only reason all those chairs can be sold at $1.50 per chair, the sound system guy is black, the DJ is black, everyone's getting paid. The only reason all these black people are getting paid at that rate of efficiency is because Brother Polite's popular. All me, because I don't want an ego trip. I'm saying I feel good knowing that I've created a brand that when I come into town to teach, so many different black people can make money when I come into town. That encourages me to teach more and more. Because the economics behind my presence when I come into a city is powerful. When I went to Baltimore, the venue holds 325 people, 325 people came. And we're gonna fill it up again December 17th, even more so. And that was only promoted a week and a half, 2 weeks in. And I filled the venue up because Brother Polite the brand. Just me. I ain't come with nobody else. I'm doing this thing in the venue. The guy that's running the venue, the guy that's helping promote this event, Brother Jabari, he'll tell you. I said, brother, I'm gonna do something nice for you for the holidays. Even though we conscious, I'm coming through on the strength I'm gonna bring a rapper from your hometown, signed to Kanye. I'm gonna bring Sis. I'm bring myself. Don't worry about cutting me anything. And I'm coming through with the G's on the meeting, and we're gonna give away this food. Jabari could co-sign. You're like, yo, that's gonna be a quick event. But you know, bro, don't worry about none of that. I'm covering my own flight. Jabari can tell you that. This is the stuff that don't get told by people. People tell you I don't do nothing for them out of emotions, because they hurt. But as a black man, I've always learned, if I got to come out in the public and tell people I did this and I did that and I did this, it makes me demean myself and I become lesser than a black man. So sometimes, yeah, you got to defend yourself. But in a community where there's constant videos going back and forth with people, I'll let them have it. I don't give a damn. You know why? Because too many people know what I do, so they would just have to say, you know what? Maybe some might be tripping because, damn, Polite knew him for years. He ain't know me for as much as years, and he doing this for me. He ain't doing this despite him because he don't even know he's doing this for me. So you see, crazy. But he not paying my flight. He's not paying for my daughter's flight. He's not paying for my wife's flight. I said, this one is for Baltimore because the spirit is right. And the homies that's banging, they can tell you. I said, with or without the funds, I will rent or secure the van so you can follow us to go to Ohio to join the rest of the brotherhood. Supernova can tell you. I say, homie, I got you. You ain't got to pay nothing. It's important that you come and you be with us to help organize with the G's. You come from the blood side, I'm coming from the Crip side. I need you here because you're a leader and you have history organizing, so I'm not just doing this by myself. He said, I'm with it. Salute. You can ask him if I'm lying. This is all me. I don't even talk about this crap. And I don't mean to call it crap. I mean, the crap is even telling you where I'm putting my bread, where I don't get money back for. I don't get no money from this. I ain't getting no money for the vans, going from one state to the next to give away food. This is what we do. I don't get money from the community from that. I get nothing from nobody, but they tell me I'm not giving enough. That's what bothers me. When I tell a venue, I'm coming back. I'm bringing a rapper from your town, signed to Kanye. I'm bringing another speaker. I'm bringing G's from out of the country. I'm going to see to it because you treated me good, my brother. I'm coming back on my own dollars. Meanwhile, the G's, I'm paying for them from every state they're coming from. I'm paying for all the G's that's coming into town. All of them. Whether we get what we need through funding from the people out here for the vegan revolution, whether people give it to us or not, the damn job got to be done. But Negro's gonna tell me where to put my money. I put my money into the things that I'm emotionally invested in. It's not nobody's responsibility to tell me where to put things. I help out where I can help out. So if I show up to an event and you get to keep half, and I do my part to promote, and I still got the juice and I fill this place up, and you can make racks on racks on racks, in my world, that's a donation. You know why? So you ain't helping me with the things that I care about. You're not going to give me a dime for the things I care about, but as a man, I ain't going to complain to you about what you don't give me. As a man, I'm going to facilitate in the way that I conceive. But I know when I walk away from you, you benefited from a relationship with me. So I know I ain't coming leeching. I can walk away with clear conscience and know you eat because of me. You eat far more better than the average brother or sister that doesn't lecture. You see, I don't even call nobody a name after they undermine me. I keep the respect. And my brother Doggy here,
Yes, sir.
this is light work. So I ain't got no drama with the homie. So guess what? I told him straight off the rip. I won't be calling you no names, and I will not be muting your mic. This is what I tell people when they come on the show, because we black men. The hell I gotta mute his mic for? If he start going off, I gotta let him go off. But this time I'm gonna remember, remember my daughter's here. That's the only thing I gotta remember to say, because last time when something was going on, I was so in shock at the moment that I wouldn't even realize my daughter was next to me watching like this. It took me a minute for my wife had to actually call and say, yo, move from over there. And in my world, I believe I should be able to do these streams without having to tell my daughter to go. I stand firm on that.
No, you're correct.
Because when you keep children around, when we do these classes, the right way with integrity. If the children not around, we might get too adultish in here. And then the activity is negative. You keep children around, it maintains the integrity of the conversation, hopefully. So, without further ado, we got our brother Doggy Diamonds here. Before I allow the other people to come in, I'm gonna ask you, Doggy, if you could stay in and also vibe with the people here after we finish speaking.
Without a doubt. Where you want to start? Where we going first? What you want to do?
Let them know where your channel is so we can support your channel, because you're an entrepreneur, right? Doing your thing. You got a very progressive channel there. So let the people know what you got going on over there first and foremost, because that's what we do. If anybody says anything on this program, we got to let everyone know where to go.
You already know me, Doggy Diamonds TV, Forbes DVD.
That Forbes DVD.
Doggy, yeah. I've had Forbes DVD for since 2008. I started Doggy Diamonds TV because I wasn't branded personally, so I needed to brand myself because I was the voice behind Forbes DVD, but nobody knew what I looked like, and I was losing a lot of opportunities. So I started Doggy Diamonds TV, and I'm a little bit more radical than Forbes DVD. So I branded myself, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. I wanted to do a podcasting thing and really become more of a media personality. So that was it.
So far, so good. And I like the J. Cole breakdown you did. Put J. Cole up.
Yeah. I think he did.
Yeah, I watched it.
I think he did.
Good video, brother. I'm supporting. I'm supporting.
So I mean, basically, I really got on here, you know, whenever we speak on these platforms, we all get calls, we all get texts, or such is dissing you right now. They going in on you right now.
I never mentioned your name once, my brother.
But I mean, you know, people like to run with a little narrative, don't know what the fuck they talking about. You know, I made a joke about having a roach in my crib, and everybody took it and ran with it. I did it on video, you know what I'm saying? I did it. I could have deleted the video if it was like that, you know what I'm saying? So, but you know, the people that make the same jokes are also, you know, they're fans and they don't got nothing else to joke about, and it's all black people putting me down, you know, and all I do is speak up for them. So, you know, it is what it is. I love it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm gonna speak to you directly. I had a number, and you know, the whole time I was texting a 347 number. I didn't have the 818. So I thought you was just egging me. I'm gonna keep it tall with you.
Oh, okay, cool.
You know what I'm saying?
No, the first thing in my brain is like, yo, and when I said I didn't know you, what I meant by that is this. I tend to know people when I get into my first friction or disagreement or confrontation, or we break bread somewhere, or we do something outside of the conscious community circuit.
Yeah.
So I want to make that clear, because for people that was like, you don't know, Doggy, you did a video. No, I know you from a video. We did probably like 3 videos tops, maybe.
Yeah, I think we did 4. We did the first meeting was on. We was talking about should we allow homosexuality to teach in our community.
That one definitely was fire.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like, you know what? I never actually sat and got to talk.
No, absolutely. In that aspect, no. But I felt like, you know, this is my standpoint, and I gotta stand firm on this. Being a part of black media, I feel like I have to speak up for black media. So even when I did the Stagnant video, what I was saying was, when I feel like yourself, and I ain't gonna even mention the other homie name because he got real emotional and started calling me names and all that shit. And it's cool, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, when a man play with your name in a negative way, if you run down on him and punch him in his face, and everybody like, yo, why you gave it up like that? But not knowing that you don't play with nobody's name. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm just leaving that alone. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, if I see that dude, we can have dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Because where we at right now in this post-Obama world, black people scared to death. You know what I'm saying? So they seeing us fighting. They don't got no, you know, a lot of black people don't have no direction. So I really sat back and I did the knowledge to that shit. And I was like, yo, man, nah, I gotta find a way. I don't have to agree with everything you say. I'm not.
That's a fact.
You understand what I'm saying? But I don't also have to do 100 videos dissing you, and I don't expect 100 videos of you dissing me. You understand what I'm saying? Because after a while, it's corny. I got other stuff going on. I got $1 million company. You understand what I'm saying? That I've had. I'm trying to get a house. I got a lot of stuff going on. So The problem I think that we both might have is that feeding into stuff, that's the gas. You understand what I'm saying? We all got a little ego. We all got to protect our name and our brand. So it's like Polite said this. It's like, what? I know that nigga. You know what I'm saying? So we feel the need to respond at all times. I was just like, yo, at the end of the day, the stuff weak. But I ain't gonna front. I did take offense to the animal statement. I still got family in Brownsville. You understand what I'm saying?
Now that you're online, brother.
Go ahead.
You know, I believe if it's any consolation, if I was heard in full, I believe you may not have felt the way you felt. I still issued an apology on my platform.
Okay.
People may not have understood it, but people won't do that. They won't propagate positivity more than they do negativity. You know that. They won't, like the video with my brother going in on me. That's going everywhere. But the positivity of us speaking is not going to go as viral. So with that, there's a part of that communication that was on mute.
Okay.
That I specified the people that I'm identifying as animals are the people that were senselessly slain another black man because of a new chain or sneakers he has on.
Makes sense.
Okay.
It makes sense now. It makes sense now.
Or the people who molest children, the men you can't trust to be around little children because of these erratic sexual fetishes that they have, the lack of sexual discipline. So I said things for as far as I can remember how I was saying it because it was on mute. So even I can't reference what I'm saying.
Okay.
When this whole thing went down like a dang scandal, I went to watch the whole thing again to make an assessment. Like, why is everyone acting the way they're acting? So that's why I took a stance. I'm not apologizing because I'm not, in my world, I'm like, I'm not defending no pedophile. I'm not going to defend the man that's killing black people for trivial things or material things. So
no, I don't expect you to. I don't. I mean, I spearheaded. I spearheaded.
Crazy.
Look,
I'm going crazy.
I spearheaded a press conference against pedophilia in Harlem. That was, a lot of people don't know that was my brainchild, along with the Irritated Genie and Red Pill. We came up with that and then pitched it to Sarnetta and we put it together. You understand what I'm saying? So that was one of the gripes that I had. Then when I went to Sarnetta to do the interview, I didn't go there because see, I got to clear Sarnetta name in a certain extent. I did what I did. Sarnetta had no clue what I was going to say prior to meeting with him. And that's just straight up G'd up. Now, some people saying, yo, he should have edited and all that. Then I would have been mad at him. You understand what I'm saying? So he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. Now, I do feel
in those instances.
Yeah. So I feel like this is my stance. I feel like as black media, we fighting hard in this work. You understand what I'm saying? Now, when Brother Polite, I let you go. When it's time for you to go, when you speaking them truths, I love it.
No doubt.
I just need that same fire on these other platforms because
no doubt.
when you on our platform, we letting you go. It's certain words you using. We can't get those monies because of, and that's all I said. You understand what I'm saying?
Bro, I'm not even and I got tough skin and to be where I'm at, and this is not to sound arrogant. What I speak to my publicist about, he always reminds me, like in my last engagement, he was texting me, get the brother off as soon as possible. And I'm like, well, I don't like to kick people off or put mutes. I believe we can figure things out as black men. I'll be having so much confidence in this. That's why I text you like, yo, I won't be muting you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call you names.
But I'm not a savage though. See, that's the thing. People have to understand we're not savages. We're going to disagree. Right. We're going to argue. And you're in LA with somebody that I grew up with from the Sandbox. I ain't even got to mention his name. You understand what I'm saying? But you out there with my brother. You understand what I'm saying? So I couldn't have beef with you per se because he wouldn't even allow that. He would be like, yo, come on. I grew up with you and I'm with you. You understand what I'm saying? So,
and that's why I elected to, if I was bothered that much, I would say, let me give this brother a call. I know I could find somebody who can give me your number.
He right there with you. You know what I'm saying?
The way I am, I take a long time to assess things and process things because I find oftentimes if I take a long time to process the information and see what happens next, then what I wound up happening is I lose my zeal for it. And then all I could do is when I see, hey, what's up, man? We probably laugh about it. So I learned, this is stuff that my publicist tells me as well. He says, yo.
You got a publicist? You living high on the hog.
Yeah. But he says, man, he was on it with my homie from Harlem, the brother Sai, on there that night. And so he said, if you're not going to turn this stream off, if you're not going to kick the brother out, I can't kick him out. He's still my eldest, my man. I'm going to let him get it off. I'm good. I'm not going to want to retaliate or nothing. So he texts me. He's just like, yo, at least make sure you don't call him names. You know, represent yourself good, and people can respect you after the adversity. So, you know, I said, I got it. And he kept texting me. So when the brother was turning up, he was texting me. And if you watch the stream, he's like this, showing his phone, like, pay attention to your phone. So I looked, because I was getting a little loud, and then I read it, and I'm like, yeah, you absolutely right. He like, look, don't do that and have me on here. You feel what I'm saying? And then this is what I'm trying to explain to my brothers and sisters too. This is what I am explaining, not trying. If I am a celebrity mentor, if I am mentoring people out here, I can't get into certain confrontations, right? And then say I'm over here helping people deal with their trauma and their stress in their community and in their world. Because I'm out here cursing everyone out and threatening them.
Facts.
It's only when my life is threatened that I'm going to turn up. And even in that, it's not even good to still do that online.
But my thing to you, let me say this. If you're doing what you're doing and you know what you're doing, you don't owe anybody an explanation for what you're doing. The fact sometimes that you...
But I love explaining.
No. But you got to understand. They, like Tupac said, they're going to hate you for whatever you do. You understand what I'm saying? It's nothing you can do to make people, you know, forever. They're going to say, Dougie Diamond's got roaches in his house. And I could prove that. I could show dudes 50,000 cash right now. You understand what I'm saying?
I wish you didn't even bring that up, man.
No, but listen though, but forever, because this is what I'm saying. We in the era right now that everything that I say, I realize is magnified. You know how many videos is up about me on YouTube that I'm like, why is everybody hanging on every word I say and rebutting what I'm saying? Like, it's not that serious. I'm trying to build. I'm not here to try to tear nobody down, but what I'm saying, it was questions and concerns about you that when people come to me as media, I have to say, well, I really don't know. You understand what I'm saying? I really don't know. And you have to, it is certain things that you probably cleared up that you might have to clear up every night. Because every time a rumor comes, it's an old rumor that's going to get rehashed. Why is Polite with the crackers? Why is Polite in the headlock with a cracker? Why is Polite? You understand what I'm saying?
And you know what? I started to play the video where I'm headlocking her back. She's an actress, and she's also a stunt double. And in order for her to be at the level she's on as a stunt double, she has to be proficient in at least 7 physical activities, such as scuba diving, horseback riding, and one of which being MMA. So I was telling her, I said, I think I might like to do that stunt double stuff. She's in 007, all that. Her name is, I'm gonna tell you her name right now. Actually, she sent me a text.
I mean, it's all of this right now.
Yeah, but I want you to hear this. This thing is dope. But what I didn't like about us, her name is Gamita. Her name is Gamita. All right, so she's in 007. She's in Fast and Furious. But she was showing me some of the MMA moves because she was talking about choking out. And she's showing me from a role that she played and how she really had to choke someone out. So I was like, what do you mean really had to choke someone out? She's like, you're almost, off this person. So I'm just inquisitive. I'm like, put me on because I'm also preparing for a role at that time for a film. So I'm like, okay. Plug me in. I'm like, I got to get physical in the film. Let me get technique. I'm not an MMA fighter. I never have been. So I'm like, give me a little technique. So she said, I'll work with you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, good look. So I'm like, when's the best time to do it? She's like, we do it right now. I'm like, I'm all over that. So we get it in. My wife recorded it. When I put up the picture and people act like I'm being exposed, I do stuff like that on purpose. Cause I'm like, I'm gonna show them the video one day. And then I wonder if they're going to give me props because I'm headlocking her back. But at the end of the day, we're playing, 1, technically, and 2, she's giving me technique because the role that I'm playing in the film that I'm dealing with She's somebody who has experience in those things already. So she was showing me and then asking me to apply it back on her. But the thinker that I am, I put that picture out first with her head locking me, so I can see how immature people are. They tell me, when your children see you being headlocked, what? My children know she's an actress. My children are not going to look down on me for having an actress put me in a headlock because she's white. Like, my children don't think like that.
Yo, you know what's funny? From Doggy Diamond's
think like that.
Yo, from Doggy Diamond's mouth to your ears, and for everybody in the chat, I don't care if you have $1 million or $1. I don't care where you live. I don't care where you wear. I don't care who's choking you. I don't watch men. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't watch dudes. I don't care. I'm chasing my bread. I got me an office downtown Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? I just opened up a new office downtown Brooklyn. I'm doing my thing down there. Like, I'm not into what somebody else is doing in the faraway land. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the thing. But I do, while we live in front of the people, any questions and concerns you might have had about anything I said or did, I want you to, let's go through it.
Oh, no, I'm actually good, because I respect your right to opinion, and I believe I understand how you arrived at your conclusions based on the things you were saying. So I learned that understanding transcends disagreement.
Okay.
So I don't look for who's right or wrong. I just look to see if I can understand where a person's coming from. So that's why when Floyd Mayweather said all lives matter, people were taken by my answer, because I said, I understand. I think I understand. 'Cause I'm not in his mind, so I don't have no true cognizance of his reservations. But I said, if this is a man whose father was selling drugs and his mom's was taking drugs, and then his father gets locked up for selling those drugs, and his mom's had to rehabilitate, and then he was given to his uncle, and his uncle couldn't take care of him, and thus he was given to the white man. White man had him, brought him to his uncle. Uncle couldn't handle him again, brought him back to the white man. And the white man helped him exponentially at the most integral stages of his career as far as talent is concerned. If he played that role in his life, and then now he's this near billionaire, and he's asked to all lives matter, he may not have had any political contention. He may be speaking from a point of reference as a black man who needed intervention from a white man to help him see his way through. So I'm dealing with the understanding. I'm not dealing with the politics part. And that's why I said there's a general sense of what all lives matter means, which is to be combative to Black Lives Matter. And then there is the other coinage of the term, okay? That's non-political, that is more general, that he may be coming from. So for me, it wasn't incumbent that I call him a coon like the other conscious people, because I'm vibrating on understanding what would make my brother say something versus he's not thinking like me, so he must be a coon, because I think that comes from a realm of insecurity, all right, and arrogance. So just because someone doesn't think the way I think doesn't mean when they come with a contrasting view or opinion that I need to castigate them or call them a derogatory term to affirm the fact that I'm more prolific or I'm more settled in my thought process than he may be. So I said that, but this stuff goes over people's heads, because I do a lot of thinking, because I don't want to jump out the window and say something negative. Now people say, well, you only say that because you may be around him, or you share similar space with him from time to time, and you're not trying to ruin some opportunity or something. Well, that's your reservations, not you per se. That's people.
Yeah.
And in my world, the way I see things from a space where if someone sees me around Puff, or someone may see me around Nate, if I start getting asked questions like, did Puffy kill somebody? Like, I've been turning around and be like, damn, why am I being asked that? Like, you see me with somebody, like, leave me alone, ask somebody else that. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's not mess up opportunities here. But I gave my honest answer. I don't know. I don't believe so. The brother's been only positive to me every time I'm around him, and that's where I stand. And that's
most of these dudes.
Brother, I got a chance to be around him immediately. I kick knowledge on health. The brother responds to the health. He starts making adjustments. So guess what? I'm like, well, if he's making adjustments, if he got it in him to be receptive to conscious information, and he's also a wealthy brother, then I don't need to be here betraying what may be potential for something very positive and very familiar. as far as concerned, because it may in turn impact us in the best ways later on in the future.
What I wanted to say to you was is that you spoke for a demographic of people, right?
Yeah.
And you spoke very well, and it showed in your ways of actions. Now the same demographic that you spoke for might feel like you're abandoning them. You understand what I'm saying? So that
I'm trying to find out where they're getting that from. So
because well, it's like this: when you're no longer amongst the people, sometimes it's not your fault. You're not supposed to be. You know, I don't work hard to stay.
I just don't live in that neighborhood. I'm going into the hoods where there's lots of violence. I can just stay in Beverly Hills. You know
no. But see, you living in Beverly Hills, yo, that's your thing.
Yo, listen.
Doggy Diamonds don't give a fuck.
Real quick. There's a lot of Negroes, and that I wasn't saying where I live like to gesture something negative. I'm saying there's a lot of Negroes who live in very good or very prominent, wealthy areas, right? And so they're not taking the risk of doing philanthropy the way I do philanthropy. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can just donate the money and throw it to people who's gonna be in there. Me, I get my hands dirty. I be in there. And I be in there knowing Negroes may be like, hey, he making too much money when he come here. Let's see if we can get him. I still come through. You feel me? So for me, I'm just like, look, I don't gotta live amongst the people to help the people, but I damn sure wanna be around them. I damn sure wanna be next to them. I wanna see them. I wanna hug them. I wanna love them. You feel me? So I'm always gonna be like in the thick of things, but I may not elect to live there. I still got a crib in Harlem.
But you know what happens, right?
When I come to town, I stay in Harlem.
This is what happens. This is what happens when you were once in Harlem speaking amongst the people. You still come back to Harlem speaking amongst the people. You was in Brooklyn. Now that you're far away, people are concerned about the conversation changing, because now you might be around some of these homos that you once talked about. You might be around some of these crackers that you once spoke about. That's the concerns of the people. So in that instance, people start feeling abandoned. Now you know why you do what you're doing. It might be a grand scheme of things, but the people are afraid because people really believe in you. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to understand that.
Let's dissect this thing right.
Go ahead.
People to leave the community to bring something back to the community. That's true.
Okay.
The community is not going to pay my airfare to keep coming back to them, to keep going back to work, to keep coming back to them. So they're just going to have to live and die with that. There's going to be other people in the community that live in the community that's teaching. Challenge them to go in directions that people may have liked me going in while living in the community, whilst appreciating the fact that when another brother has to leave, it's a different rules of engagement. I can't come up with it. You like, even when you say, yo, go on them platforms, you're not talking the same stuff on those platforms. But I'm still teaching my behind off. And guess what? People in, because at the end of the day, I picked up the homies, said, go to Black News 102, go to Sun Edit Studios, go to Underground Railroad, go to Black Magic 363, go to KTL, go to Know the Ledge. I forced it into conversation without it sounding too forced. Hey, how can Black people do such and such with leaders? Well, what they need to do is go to the following channel. Now, you see, that's me doing my part. But because I'm on a major syndicated program or show, I would like to come back again. So I can do what? Send more people to the Black media outlets. You feel what I'm saying? So it's strategy. Now, people may disagree, and some people may say, well, brother, you turn up on those platforms, but you don't turn up on these platforms.
I said
that. You got the freedom to do what you do, at least up until this point, until things change, because YouTube got a whole new snitching thing going on. But this is why you gotta have platforms. That's why I got an app, so I can actually access everyone that's actually following me when I push the button. I'm supposed to have to pay for a little bit more of my following that I work hard for to get. So these really are pages, and platforms are something you really can control. I got over 100,000 Facebook followers, right? But I can't access all 100,000 at a time.
Yeah, it don't work like that.
So what I do is I direct everyone from all my different platforms to go to my app. So when I push a button, everyone can just log on. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because it's a button. So that's a platform, and these are really pages on a platform. So that's the distinction there. So what I'm doing essentially is leveraging opportunities can one day become platforms. I'm on there, I'm giving it up, but I gotta know when I can give it up a certain way, depending on who I'm talking to and what the subject matter is. I'm answering their questions as well. So I don't want to force the issue. When I'm on a platform, I know that something is taking place. What's taking place? There's already reservations about black men that are conscious. We're made fun of the most in movies. The smart black man. We're considered to be ones who feel like the louder we talk, the smarter we are. So when you see me toned down, and you may see me passive aggressive and see me just laid back and just teaching, it's because I know the stereotypes of a conscious black man. They expect me to use a lot of vulgarity. They expect me to come up with what they believe to be impractical, racial animus, and try to promulgate that into the masses. They expect me to be forceful and very imposing. So I know on our platforms, the viewership is receptive to a certain vernacular or cadence. But when I'm on like a Power 105, and it's a black man, Charlemagne, that gave me the opportunity to be there. I also want to fill the waters out, test them out, because I don't want to create a situation for that black man to be like, damn, I'm gonna have to slow this thing down because I'm bringing brothers here who can teach. But this dude just turned all the way up, and now people calling me wondering what the heck is he doing. So I'm considering this black man's job and the opportunity he created for me. And therefore it becomes incumbent for me on the first time being on the platform to gauge what I can say. I'm thinking about a lot of things and at the same time teaching. Yo, who I got to shout out? Hopefully I shout this one out. Hopefully I shout this one out without sounding like I'm just shouting people out the whole time. Making sure I remember to promote my artists. Making sure I hit my points and don't forget my points. Make sure I'm definitely addressing the questions they're asking me. And making sure I'm not compromising the integrity of a newly found relationship with the brother Charlemagne while I'm here, because I would be more effective if I could come on several occasions than one good occasion. I made everyone feel good. And then now people, but then I didn't even reach black people who may not be receptive or have inclination towards that kind of cadence. Because again, there's stereotypes put on black men that are conscious. So I'm like, I can still educate without vulgarity, without raising my voice. I can still get the message across and I can reach more masses. And they can become later on can be acclimated to some of the militaristic views and conceptions of the people when they go to the channels that make subscriptions to that ideology. So, but this is a larger platform, and I'm being heard by many people across the nation. Then World Star's taking it. Then it's on Facebook. So what I need to do is make sure I can reach as many of the masses as possible, get their interest, and then they find people like y'all where it will be, like you say, unfiltered. But I still believe
filter. No doggy down, no filter. Yeah.
So I feel like, yo, I did an amazing job teaching. And that's all that should matter, because after I taught and during the time I was teaching, I delegated the responsibility to my conscious to make sure I pointed out some names and media outlets that they can go to outside of that doesn't get the same media attention. So it's strategy. Now, what people have to accept is this. Maybe other people can do things other ways when they build themselves up to the point and maybe get those opportunities. For me, I'm only one man, and I got it. When I get the power and the opportunity, I got to make sure I make the most economical decision, the best branding decision, and the best conscious decision. And they all may not run concurrent, so I got to find a way to sew all those decisions up in real time, because it's still new experiences. When I'm on Fox 5, I'm actually more turned up when I do white media, because I know what they expect, but I understand the climate. And for me to get back on their platform again, they need me to say some of those inflammatory things. So I understand the relationship with them. So when you see me on CNN or you see me on Fox 5, you check this channel, you see me turned up, going crazy. The stuff y'all like, because I understand the relationship as far as conversation is concerned, that they don't need the passive aggressive Breakfast Club Brother Polite teaching, because I won't be back on that platform unless I say something that sounds a little off.
So let me ask you something.
So it's understanding the platform that you're on so you can be there again and making sure I don't compromise the education. The education is accurate, and that's all that matters. Now, what do I disseminate to make sure I ensure that I be back again, while at the same time showing suitable proficiency in the preceding degrees? So this is a technical sport of scholarship that I'm on. And my strategy may not suffice for other people, but I need to see them on the platforms I'm on and see how it works out for them so I can compare and contrast. But right now, I'm just kind of like a fish out of water. It ain't much of us really getting that kind of media attention. So I don't really got too much references.
Let me ask you something. So, I mean, from myself and the people want to know, has Brother Polite mindset, state, ideology, how you view people, whether it be homosexuality, whether it be white people, has that changed, or do you still feel the same way you always felt?
I believe a lot of what I saw and felt about homosexuals and white people has no choice but to change.
Okay.
That's honest. That's being honest, because my experiences are changing. When I was in the hood and we was talking about white people, they was mythological to me because I wasn't around them much. The only ones that I was talking about that I can really have in conception that was actual was the police. And that was always a bad relationship with white people and police. Being in prison, bad relationship with white people. Any black man in prison should come out conscious as far as recognizing white people as oppressive forces, right? That's the relationship that you have. So the relationship I had with white people, as far as being in prison, the relationship I had with white people, as far as the police or law enforcement in our community, as far as judges in our community, and even at times school teachers, it was a horrible relationship with white people. I've traveled across the world. I've been to Ethiopia. I've been to Egypt. Okay, I've been to Israel. I've been to the Bahamas. I've been to Canada. The list goes on and on and on. And traveling around the world, I began to understand where Malcolm X was coming from. I'm not trying to be all Malcolm X with you, but you know what? We hold a lot of these ideologies sacred, void of traveling. When you get to travel, you get to experience other races, no matter what you say. You can't convince me otherwise because I'm having a human experience at that time. I'm not having a book experience. I'm not having a lecture experience from somebody that's trying to impose their will on me to think a certain way. I appreciate everything everybody's teaching. I appreciate it. But I can't deny what I experience when I benefit from relationships with white people, when I benefit from opportunities created by people who we call white, who don't consider themselves white because they consider themselves Armenian or whatever the case may be. That's another thing that's going on, because everybody's not walking around here considering themselves white for whatever that's worth. Does that mean, oh man, I'm compromised? If I'm compromised, free ability to think and assimilate data per each experience, where a person with less experience can try to condemn me or judge me for changing my worldview. I'm traveling the world, so my worldview is going to change. It's quite simple. If you're not traveling, I can understand why you feel the way you feel, because you held to a certain constraint and limitation.
Let me ask you something. Let me stop you right. Hold on. Let me say something, because here.
Hold on, you won't get it. I'm just gonna finish this point out. You can read as much as you want to read about other people, other races. You don't come to the same definitive conclusions until you experience them. That's one. Now, two, of homosexuals. I got a larger platform now. I've met so many different people. I've had no choice but to stay in the same room and build with people or do business with people. You realize there's some force in your brain trying to tell you, I need to leave here because I ain't gonna do no work with no homosexuals. I ain't gonna shake no homosexual's hand. And then I gotta be realistic, like, yo, I gotta feed my family. What the hell am I doing talking about I can't even be in a room or do any business with any homosexuals? So then guess what happens? I get to speak to my brother or sister that's a lesbian or a homosexual. And then the ignorance starts tearing down. Do I agree with homosexuality as a sexual preference? Obviously not, because I'm polygynous. Is it a gay agenda? Yes, I do. Do I understand the efforts to effeminize a black man stemming from slavery and part of the system of racism and what we call white supremacy? Yes, I do. None of that changes. Information. However, I've been forced to have to communicate, interact, and do business with people and exchange ideas with people And therefore I realized some of the things I embellished upon. Some of the ideas that I had was fanatical, ridiculous, asinine, and it had to come from people who either didn't travel or want to prey on our lower emotions, because the fear that they was driving into our system will help raise them money. Because anyone that experiences the world, and anyone that's an entrepreneur has to work for themselves, and they're successful, and their business brings them to travel, and their travel brings them to different people. You're either going to turn down business to feed your family, not business that compromises your moral integrity or moral compass, just simple business with different types of people of different orientations and different ethnicities. I can't turn around and deny opportunities to my family for people who are not going to feed my family or compensate me the same. So long as I don't degrade myself or diminish my responsibility as a Black man, it stands to reason that I got to move forward. Now, this stuff is just over a lot of people's heads. But yes, my brother, my perspective, I wouldn't say too much of my perspective. I would say more my approach in the education. Even now, I got Christians, devout Christians, two of the most prominent people, three of the most prominent people in my organization, two of them are Christians, one is Muslim. All right? My head caseworker is a Christian pastor. All right? My head in Cleveland, Ohio, she's a Christian sister. She's revolutionary. Marianne is the best. She's a revolutionary. You feel me? So guess what that does to me from the human experience and dealing with my brothers and sisters? I got to curb some of the inflammatory things that I say. It doesn't mean that I can't disagree. It doesn't mean I can't be meticulous in my approach towards educating about things I disagree with. It means out of respect for my newly found large following and the relationships that I've established and how much more effective I have been, I've conditioned myself to be less offensive when I deliberate, yet still very actual. Same conviction. It has broadened my horizons and created more opportunities for me. So no, will I agree with something I disagree with? We gain and benefit? No. But the manner in which I present myself, coupled with the information, if I want to be more effective. And that means that I got to be more respectful towards my brother and towards my sister. Other people doing the cursing and the screaming and the yelling, we need that as well. Sometimes that's just the cultural shock to wake you up. But there are other brothers and sisters that you turn them away when you come off like that. And I got way too much people listening to me now. Like right now, we got over 1,000 people in the chat. I got way too much people listening to me right now. Offensive, as if I don't realize what my viewership is consistent of. Unless the goal is, if someone disagrees with you, disrespect them. Like, I don't know if the goal is to line amongst homosexuals because we disagree with their sexual preference, or to just say the hell with them, we're never talking to them ever again. I don't really know what the perspective of the Black conscious community is when it comes to that. But my world, 95% of all my successful engagements was predicated upon conversation. 95% of my relationship, and love is law, family is business, 95% of my relationship is all communication. 95% of everything I do is based on communication. If I get the communication wrong, I've already handicapped myself based on the potential that I had to wake up the masses.
So our original meeting was us talking to gays be allowed to teach inside the conscious community. That was our original video that we did. So you can understand where people might have concerns with you, right? Where you say, yo, because of that, because you're saying I got to feed my family, but then I got to teach.
It's bigger than feeding my family.
But that's what you said, though. No, I'm talking about what you said, though.
And you couldn't have missed everything else I was saying.
No, I got everything you said. No, I got everything you said. But
our approach towards conversation, if we want to be heard by more people for longer periods of time before they turn us down. Like, you could turn people off before you even get to the meat and potatoes, so to speak, of the conversation. You could just turn people off before you even have opportunity to let them hear what you're saying, so you don't come off like all the other rude and disrespectful people that was trying to communicate the same idea. When someone talks to me I have to present in a way that's unique so they don't have reservations about what I'm about to say that may hinder them in their ability to assimilate the data that I need them to process in an efficient manner. So I'm like, okay, I know what the traditional Black conscious approach is towards sexuality. Let me see if I can find a different cadence, a different vernacular, a different form of gesticulation. Maybe we're too aggressive. Because if it's about being heard or is it about being disrespectful? That's what my question is. Is it about being heard or is it about being disrespectful?
No. My thing is with them, even with if you were in a conversation with a gay guy, is it about business or what the hell y'all talking about? It got to be about business, right?
Yeah. But you know, so
that's the point I'm making. So the
homosexuals to get business done, it's a walk in the park. And it has to be done from time to time, depending on who you are. I'm not going to turn around. Oh, I can't do no business with no gay people. I just refuse to make any money from the money isn't homosexual.
No. We're not going to say no stupid shit like that. Only thing, the point I'm making is that, like I said, it was questions and concerns whether you more accepting of certain things for monetary gain. You understand what I'm saying?
I don't accept homosexuality in my lifestyle. But I don't have the right to accept something on behalf of other people. That's their life.
Anymore. This is what you're saying, anymore. Because at one point you were strongly against it.
Strongly against what?
Homosexuality.
I don't agree with homosexuality.
Okay.
Case in point is I'm polygynous. I am the antithesis or the antithesis of homosexuality, pending the fact that I have several wives that I'm engaged with. All right. So I do not agree with homosexuality as a sexual preference, obviously, because it's not my sexual preference. But what I will not do is be overly consumed with the fact someone else is practicing or exhibiting a different sexual orientation. I'm not going to be losing sleep over those things. When opportunities present itself to have those kind of dialogues, the way I present my information is going to be different. Simply because I've broken down the walls of ignorance where I feel like I have to be offensive in order to get my point across. And in fact, that is the very opposite. We should do the very opposite of that. The way we approach conversations. So no, I don't homosexuality in my household. That's all I can say. Because who am I to support or don't support something going on in someone else's life? All I can do is share my worldview and hope it makes sense as a person to do things that I believe is probably the right thing. But that's all an approach. I'm concerned with my livelihood and my sexual orientation.
No, I mean, I'm in the entertainment business. You know, it is what it is. They're all around and they know how I feel about it. But my thing is, I don't know who's gay and who's not. I don't really give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But if it was somebody who was openly gay, I don't know if I can fuck with them in a certain way. You understand what I'm saying? Pause. That's just me personally.
No,
you understand what I'm saying? That's just me personally because I'm a stand how I stand. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stand on my square how I feel.
Totally with that. You can turn down homosexuals that have money or the benefit that you may get from working with homosexuals without compromising your sexuality. I'm okay with that. That happens.
No, exactly.
I'm not, but guess what? I'm sure there's some homosexuals watching this right now. Mm-hmm. Should we say, yo, before the show starts, I don't want y'all to listen to the information? That'd be crazy. Like, yo, listen in, join, or buy a book. You know, like I'm not gonna put on my website, I don't want no homosexuals purchasing any of my books. These books are only for heterosexuals. You see, like my world, I just see this thing totally different. So I'm not gonna turn down opportunities because I'm overwhelmed with the sexual disposition of somebody else. But we got different perspectives. And what I'm saying is this. I know that it's an agenda, and I like to say, yo, I know what the fuck y'all doing. Not saying that person in particular, but I know the grand scheme of things. I don't think every homosexual is consciously aware that they may be part of something that may be used to hinder our community. I don't think that. So that's why I've changed my perspective, you know?
So at this particular point in your life, do you feel like you still should and could speak for the community?
Why? I don't know about speaking for the community. I speak on my own behalf, and I hope my community supports me.
Okay.
That puts me in a state of less stress. If I feel like I'm speaking on behalf of the community, I'm gonna go to war with the community when the community disagrees with me, whoever the community is. If I speak on my own behalf and hope I get support from people that make up my race, I can go to sleep at night. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I mean, because you know, brother polite is brother polite. Everybody's not gonna like what you say and do at all times anyway.
Yeah, and I understand that my opinions is gonna be held to more scrutiny now, so more than ever before. So I've learned to accept that. My publicist has already coached me into realizing, brother, you're gonna say things, and there's gonna, if you thought videos is being made after things that you say, you're gonna get caught in those scandal videos. Polite just said this, and it's gonna go viral. You know,
well, they're gonna dissect this video right here anyway that we
yeah,
use. This shit is getting dissected. Everything that we say, they're gonna be like, Doggy got on there. He copped out to Polite. He's supposed to tell Polite, fuck himself. You know what I'm saying?
Polite is pro-homosexual. Like they gonna say that.
But I've also mentioned it plenty of times in video. I don't have any hate in my heart for Polite, so I can't attack him. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have any hate. When if listen, you're not my problem.
No doubt.
The problems that I have is not you. I got other people that I need to knock over the head. If it was a chain of people I need to knock over the head, you are nowhere on the chain. You understand what I'm saying? I got other things that I'm fighting. I'm fighting poverty and oppression and other stuff. You're not oppressing me. You understand what I'm saying? You're not keeping me in poverty. Like I said, I was glad that I'm able to get on this line and tell you exactly the issue that I have with you directly. You understand what I'm saying? And further in the future, if I have something that I have in particular that I don't like that you said, I can get you on the horn. Now I got the correct number. And maybe I should have reached out and got the correct number. You understand what I'm saying? But
people got the right to disagree. And so that's why I don't feel no way. It's media. You have a media platform. You're a media personality. I don't mind.
I can get you on the horn. Now I got the correct number. And maybe I should have reached out and got the correct number. You understand what I'm saying? But
we live and we learn. I'm gonna put these people in the chat to close out. And
yeah, I'm about to get out of here. And oh yeah, for the people in the chat, I see some of the comments. Y'all saying I'm doing this because I need views and all that. Remind you, I got 60 million views on one channel. That's one channel. I have 4 channels on YouTube. I own channels that you don't know about. I don't never have to use anybody else to do anything. This is somebody that I needed to have dialogue with. And if y'all really for Black unity and Black community, y'all should be happy that we building right now instead of me getting on here cursing him out and him cursing me out. When he texted me, he said, yo, let's just keep it respectful. You could read what I said to you. You understand what I'm saying? I said, yo, I ain't coming here. I want to build with you. I want to get a little better understanding for myself so I don't have a misconception based off of what other people are saying. I can hear directly from your mouth and you can hear from mine. With that, yo, I bid y'all farewell. Shout out to everybody who supports. Shout out to everybody who don't support. Maybe you will come around eventually. Brother Polite, you just keep doing what you do.
Thanks a lot for your respect, your integrity, brother. I'm glad that we were able to show people what could have been potential to be very negative. We accomplished in no time within the first 5 minutes or so. Actually, well, thank you for showing that great display of manhood, because it's necessary these days, and hopefully there could be a lesson learned for how brothers should communicate when there's any kind of contentions. So I'm gonna put these people in the chat, let them build. I wish you much success, of course. Can't wish you nothing else but that, because when you succeed, I succeed. And perhaps maybe we can pick up the conversation another day on this page or another. Like either way, I'm with it, because it probably opened up a lot more questions.
Yeah, you know it did. So all right, I'm out.
No doubt, my brother.
Peace.
Okay, so I want my brothers to get ready. If you have questions for my brothers about their brand or just questions about how to get started as an entrepreneur, similar business, or exactly the same for the most part, let's get you guys in here. So I'm sending y'all into the chat room. I'll put the link here. You know, before I sign out, I gotta talk to somebody. We may not be able to go 2 rounds tonight because I got other things going on. But we definitely covered a lot of ground. That conversation was a little bit longer than I anticipated, but it's all good. It was necessary. It was great dialogue to learn from. So there you go. It's all love. Make sure you put your mics on mute, and make sure when you come on that you put your mechanisms on mute when you unmute your mic to speak, so we don't get the feedback. Okay, so I put the link in here several times. Let's put those mics on mute, man. I had to put you on mute. I'm not putting you up to speak. It was on mute. Okay. Let's get this sister Tanisha up here. Tanisha, let's get you. How you doing, sister? Unmute your mic. What's your name and where you from? I can't hear you yet. Let me see if I can help you out. What's your name? Where you from, Sister Tanisha? I think you on now. You getting in, sis? What's your name? Where you from? Can't hear you. Let me see if I can help you out. Is that you, Tanisha? No. Hold on. Dang, can't hear you for nothing. I'm gonna have to move on, sis. Can't hear you. All right. Whenever you're ready, Tanisha.
Oh, you got me in there. I see you got me in there, brother. Polite.
Yeah, stay on mute, brother. Let me get my man over here. He always puts us in the right space, right frame of thought. Let's go, Andre. Let's get it, brother. Tell them what's your name, where you from.
How's it
This
going?
is our regular.
How's it going, Brother Polite? This is Andre from Philadelphia.
Do me a favor, brother. Hit me up on Brother Polite Facebook, facebook.com/Brother Polite. Let's get you on a show for some serious interviewing. The people need to hear your perspective. You're a very brilliant brother. I really appreciate the way you give context to the situations that evolve on the page. So do that.
I appreciate that nod. Most certainly, most certainly. So I'll be much shorter this time around. I have a problem with Doggy Diamonds, the brother. If you're black news media, right?
Yes, sir.
It is incumbent upon you to go to the source before you have a comment. So there was no reason. It boggles my mind that people are still taking your Animals in the Hood, Concrete Jungle comments out of context when, if you look at the video, you specifically state child molester, rapists, murderers, killers, dealers. Like, you mention who you're talking about. You're
That's
constantly, and that comes from your, if you look at your mathematical background, you're constantly replacing X with what you mean. Like,
That's right.
And so I don't understand how anybody could take it out of context, because if you actually replace what you said with what they're trying to say, oh, you mean the hood. If you replace they're the victims with what you meant, then they're saying the child molester is the victim. You're saying you're blaming the murderer. So that's when he came on and said he had that confusion. That speaks to, and I say that respectfully, that speaks to his lack of professionalism for not viewing the video himself, because it's not like it took 3 hours to get to that point. That was one of the first things you said. So that does not make sense to me. The second thing I want to point out to the room is pay attention to Brother Polite with whoever you see him with. Because because I was waiting to see the context, because I almost understood what Sinetta was saying when he was saying, I wouldn't have no white girl and have me in the headlock. I almost understood what he was saying, because which I kind of do, if you put you in the context of a Malcolm X.
That's right.
And you're dealing with the brand and you're dealing with the visage of that man than the visual of a white woman. We really can't look back and think Malcolm X would have had somebody in the headlock, even though we know his stance lightened up as he got older because of how he traveled. So on that level, I can kind of get what he's saying. Kind of. However, even in that interaction, that wasn't even being playful. You were getting knowledge from somebody else. Greatness leaves clues. And every time you see Polite with somebody, he is usually trying to see what information he can get, what clues he can get for whatever different area of success he's going for, whether it's real estate, whether it's better health, whether it's a movie role. People need to focus on the attention to excellence, the desire for excellence, the hunger for excellence, that I'm going to put myself in this, and also the worldview, because guess what? As you become more woke, you realize that the concept of white or white people is a construct that was just designed to protect a
That's
group
right.
of people.
That's right.
So this whole, we going to get the crack. You got to realize that there's some people who fit that white paradigm who don't associate themselves with being white. We're more accustomed to thinking Italians because we are more familiar with Italians, not looking at themselves as white. But you mentioned Iranian. There are other races that don't look at themselves as white. So we got to wake up and look at our larger worldview. The one problem I have, the last thing I'll talk about is, regardless of whatever disagreement there's been, I've noticed that you have allowed, you allow people to, I'm sorry, I'm looking at people making quotes. Story Jones says something crazy. I'm sorry, I see how you get distracted by these people.
It's okay.
Two men can talk and hash out a disagreement. This is why I like Beasley and Smack, because they constantly go through it. And if you notice that Beasley and Smack look up to Dana White from the UFC. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because Dana White has gone through for the last 20 years public and private disputes with his fighters, but he realizes I gotta capitulate to a certain degree because we got to do business.
That's right.
So
That's right.
when you're on these chats, this is for the people who are in the rooms. This ain't your time to sit there. And I'm not. I know people are gonna think I'm dicky, polite. I'm just trying to get you to look at success and look at what success looks like and pay attention to what it looks like. I see a lot of ignorance in this chat.
Yeah, we're having a pop party right now. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But
you got. I mean, you can't. I just don't understand. Huh?
They do their job. Some of these people are paid. It's called super PACs, super PAC. They're actually paid. George Soros puts hundreds of millions of dollars into online trolls to make people deviate from whatever impression that's being given to them by certain influential people, so they can think the opposite, or at least create some kind of online filibuster or virtual filibuster. So that's real. It's called super PAC.
Which is a lesson you already taught on, but nobody mentions that. They always talk about what you should be teaching. But I'm like, if you look at the last 8 or 9 there's videos that I just happen to find on the humbug, his foot is pretty much on a lot of people's necks. When you start to break down the story of Jesus and I'm a Christian all my life. So when I get to that point where I'm looking at the story going, ruh-roh, something wrong with this. When you start to break it down, and I feel like I'm like in that middle, and I'm in that phase where I got one foot still in the pulpit and one foot out. It's been a difficult transition, but you start to wake up and go, it can't be like it's so much of this religion thing is so manufactured. But that's a whole nother conversation. I'm gonna give other people a chance to talk. But I appreciate that. I'll certainly hit you up on your platform because I wouldn't mind the opportunity. I don't know what the heck we could debate about because we pretty much had to talk about PCs versus Macs. There's a lot of other stuff I agree with you on, but
yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, it just drives me crazy that these young brothers they want to harp on you when you're fighting because they love to see you fighting, but 2 grown men on 2 different platforms just dapped it up and squashed whatever possible beef there could have possibly been, and people are still hating on that. It boggles my mind. It boggles my mind. Why would you not want to learn from people who are better than you in whatever realm it is? Mixed martial arts, business. What is it with this fascination? Like you said, this boogeyman. I never had to. You were trying to make this point the other night. I talked to my son about being careful when he travels. He's on track, gets out at 5 o'clock, so either I pick him up or he got to walk home. So I can talk to him in that instance about these white cops might crack you upside the head. You got to be careful. But if I'm talking to him about real estate, then I don't have to talk about cracker for him to know that for $500 he can get his real estate license himself. And if he had a credit card and just used to pay his bills, kept a job for 2 years from 10th to 12th grade, by the time he graduates, he can sell himself the house and use the 8% that he would get for selling the house to go back into the house. So that's how he would be able to buy this house with no money down.
No doubt.
I don't have to talk about the cracker or the white man to give him that knowledge. And this is what Brother Polite is trying to impress upon you. We don't always have to have the specter of the man on your throat or behind you just to pass information from one to another, because the Chinese man is not sitting there doing that.
All right, my brother.
Thank you.
I see we have somebody in here. Let me see if I can have a respectable conversation with this brother here. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate all your support as always. Let's get this black man on the show. Come on, my brother. Let's do this. Go ahead, unmute your mic, bro. Exposed. Unmute your mic. Unmute your mic. We'll move forward if we can't get you. Then the word exposed is there. Come on, brother. Okay, we'll move forward. Can't get him to come out for information. Sister, are you ready? Tanisha, are you ready?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sister. What's your name and where you from?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. What's your name?
You hear me? My name is Tanisha or Nisha. I'm from DC.
Okay, I'll
The
be in
most
the area.
amazing.
Hope
I
you
know.
come to the Baltimore event. I hope you're over there. December
That's the goal
17th.
for sure. I know that's the goal. But peace, of course, and I know you're a Leo too, right? I'm a Leo, so I was just like going off because people just don't understand this Leonism. It's not all, right. It's not all arrogant. Sometimes, like, we're just super duper confident and we know what we're talking about and we know what we're talking about. So I just had to put that out there. But anyway, I was just wondering, because for me, I think like in my family, they think I'm crazy as hell. They call themselves conscious. So I have a hard time debating with my brothers and stuff because they think they know what they're talking about. And I just realized it's just easier not to. So like, what do I do? Or, all right, I know a little bit about your background. So like, in my case, how do I not go off on these people? Like, how do I not, like, I mean, do you have any mantras that you say to yourself? Like, look, I'm not going to have to smack the right of the day, but I'm already used to being all one out anyway. But like, what do you see? What do you think I should do? Like, they tell me every day that I should be eating meat because I'm not getting enough protein. That's what they say. I mean, it's been 2 years I haven't been eating meat, but somehow I haven't died yet. But it's crazy.
No doubt. Well, I'll tell you this, what I've learned to do. I started studying books on the mind, sociology, and psychology. Because when a person has, let's say, cancer or diabetes, we turn around and say, we need to whip it behind. We need to fight this person because they got cancer. How dare you have cancer? Let's kill you, right? We say that person needs help. We say that person needs treatment. We say, hopefully we can find a cure. There are other instances where people have diseases. We say, man, you know what? There's no cure. Maybe there is, but even still, we don't want to catch it because it's contagious, so we got to keep our space. So that being the case, we have to treat people with that same regard, the same way on a mental approach. So we have to understand the mental pathology. Okay, so the mental pathologies, we have to approach it from the same perspective. Some diseases are contagious, so it warrants a sense of security where we keep a distance from those people, right? Because we know getting close to them is just not going to work out. We could probably treat them. That'd be in the form of the knowledge, but we don't want them to hold deep, because having an overdose on the knowledge is going to have adverse effects. So we might have to give them tidbits of information. So I study sociology and a lot of psychology books and psychiatry books, because I like to be able to make an assessment about what type of Negro activity am I dealing with. Being able to do so, I won't be mad at the person when they perpetrate.
That is true, because sometimes I'm just like, my patience with people in there, like, they don't want to understand. It just be driving me like crazy. And then it's like so crazy because I have a 5-year-old, right? And then everybody just like trying to convince me that I need to like raise her like in Christianity, and she need to be a Christian because my whole family is Christian. And that shit drive me crazy. So they're like, don't take Christmas from the baby. So I'm like, whatever, we gonna take Christmas from her. That's a fact. We just call it Toy Day. Like, we just like rename everything. And I tell her, Toy Day is just a day to like, get over on your parents and get all of these gifts that you don't deserve. She's 5 right now, so every year she gonna understand that Toy Day ain't about to keep on happening, because she get toys all year round, especially thanks to her father. But my family try to make me feel like she gonna miss out on something. So since I do spend time with my family during the holidays, we just rename it something else. We call it Thanksgiving Family Day, because she knows she gonna see her family, and Christmas is Toy Day, and Easter is Bunny Day. Like, we're not about to be like having these things stuck in her brain and like raised how I was, because I feel like why not just teach her now, as opposed to wait till she's 25 and she have to unlearn it and like go through all of these damn issues that I went through 4 or 5 years ago trying to figure it all out, when she can just like be raised in the way she need to be in the first place, just a free thinker, period. And she understands that, we not, I mean, of course, her dad and I, we are used to working jobs, but that's not going to be the norm for her. So I already put it in her brain. We talking about businesses here. It's business ownership. If you want to be married, you marry a man that owns businesses. You're not marrying no worker unless you get married at 12, which ain't gonna happen. But yeah.
No
But
doubt,
I
sis.
appreciate it. Oh, and I just wanted to say peace to you and your family. And I really do I love your wives, but I love Aminette. She always so shiny and bright. Like, I'm still trying to figure out, like, how does she stay glistening?
No doubt. I'm gonna make sure she addresses that on the next one. We need a health stream. We didn't do a health one yet, so
Y'all should do a cooking show too.
Yeah, we've been talking about that. That's what I'm gonna need to really get some camera work that's connected to the laptop while we stream, so that way people can real time. But we're gonna get on it. We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna get it together.
Yeah.
But thank you so much, sister, for your contribution.
I appreciate you. Definitely.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Appreciate you. Peace.
Peace. All right, let's get this brother in here. You'll speak for a short period of time. Mr. Carl Albert, I'm asking you respectfully as a Black man to be respectful. This is a man that's always doing videos on me, very rude, very disrespectful. I'm giving him an opportunity to speak and see what he may have to say or offer to the platform. Hopefully he can maintain some respect, because if he can't, sadly enough, I will have to eject him. I have short patience for this brother in particular. Nonetheless, I would like to see what he may have to offer to the platform. I'm just interested to want to know why he's even here. Go ahead, brother. Unmute your mic. How you doing? I can't hear you, but your lips are moving. Still can't hear you, but your lips are moving.
Oh, that's the Hebrew Israelite brother.
Yeah. The Hebrew Israelite. We can't hear you. No one can hear you. Fix your mic or unmute your mic or something. No one can hear you. You probably can hear me, so I'm telling you, no one can hear you. You can hear me? All right. No one here can hear you. I don't know what's going on. All right, brother. Well, we try it again. Leave and come back in. I don't know. But while he's figuring that situation out, let's get this brother here. Rev Chap.
Yeah, what's going on, brother for life?
Peace King. What's your name? Where you from?
My name is Fred Chap. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, brother. I'm waiting to see you on the 23rd, man. I can't wait to see you, brother. You said you're gonna be in the video on Kinsman?
What's that you said?
Yeah, I'm from Cleveland, brother. I can't wait to see you on the 23rd when you get down here, man. I just got a lot of respect for you, brother, and I'm glad to see what you're doing out here, man, in the streets. I was down there when you came the last time down here. You had to all up and down the streets in Cleveland, man. How he was hollering at the police and all of that, man. I really respect what you're doing out here.
No doubt, brother. You see the work get done in real time. They say I don't come into the hood. Not only do I come into other people's hoods. We turned up. We just turned up that day.
Right, I see. Yeah, I was out there, brother. I can't wait to see you on the 23rd, man.
No doubt,
I
brother.
just want to let you know I got much love and respect for you, brother, and I like what you're doing.
Thanks, man. Brother was out there.
All right.
Them snipers, everything was out there, man. It wasn't a game. I was on CNN. It was like this pointing at me while I'm talking. Then when we did the March Army tanks, yo, it was nuts. They had me like center of attraction. Then after that, I was doing all these Fox 5 shows, and they was trying to make me out to be a terrorist. It was crazy. But they was like this on the buildings. You feel me? While I'm out there going in. But the dope thing was the brothers were standing in the way of the snipers, like some real G stuff. Like the brothers, the security I had positioning everybody. So if something popped off, they would have got hit first. While I continued doing what I was doing to speak on the major media. It was like 10, 15 different news channels that was all out there, you know, major. And it was live. It was live on CNN. It was live on Fox 5. It was live in a lot of places. And that was a wild experience, man. My wife was worried. It was crazy. Yeah. So this brother, he said he was out there that day. And then when we was marching, I had people like leaving so we could go into the projects, tell people come out their house, get them to come in on the march, and then we taught. They followed us to the church and we taught it. Powerful, man. So yeah, we coming back to Ohio. Real dope stuff. You don't really know. I mean, this revolutionary stuff from YouTube and people be screaming up a storm. That's one thing. Is another thing when you like, yo, I may not live after this situation, and I'm still like turned up. But that was the platform to be turned up, right? You know, so it suffice. I know what I was doing there. So we gotta be scientists. You can't always be cursing and going, you know, losing your mind every opportunity, man. There's a time for it. There's a place for it. You know, there's no. You don't win just cursing people out all the time. There's no glory in that. All right, so we can get a few more people here. Let's go, brother. What's your name? Where you from? Brother Matt. What's your name? Where you from?
Peace for light. Yeah, it's brother Matt from the UK.
Oh man, UK in the building. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. My question is, why do our people sort of struggle to initiate or start an effective campaign? Because what I was told is that if you don't plan, then you're planning to fail. So why is it that our people have a sort of issue with starting a campaign and getting into things like market research?
All right. Well, in my opinion, the behavior of the people stems from the behavior of the leadership. If the leadership do not have successful families, households, it permeates, that deficiency permeates into the organization. What I mean by that is the first organization is the family. That's where you get all your practice in leadership. That's where you get to get the brother and the sister to agree or disagree. That's when you have rules, regulations, order. All right. That's when you have to interface with someone who has to share the responsibilities in a household, share the idea of what's going to happen with the money, how you're going to invest the money, how you're going to save the money. All right. How we going to build the economy for the family. If a person doesn't go through that for X amount of years, but then they contend that they're going to lead the people, they're coming from a point of reference that may be inconsistent with reality. Doesn't mean they can't do a good job. Just means they wasn't prepped appropriately, and whatever job that they do, it would undoubtedly be that much more better in a family setting. So I believe a lot of times, a lot of our opportunities are lost because we don't stress the significance of family. So that's why you'll see on I Am Brother Polite, quite often you'll see my wives there or my children. I do streams with my children because I also want to reinstall the image of Black men with their family. Because when we see Malcolm X, we see him by himself. When we see Dr. King, he's by himself. When we see Elijah Muhammad, he's by himself. When we see Marcus Garvey, he's by himself. However, you know, where's the wife that took care and held it down and did business with them? These brothers wasn't working by themselves. It just looks like that imagery-wise, perception-wise. And then eventually we practice that. So now Black men figure they could do it themselves because there's no image confirming that it takes the family unit to sustain that man, to give him the power, the strength, and the conviction, and the spirit to go out there and fight that good fight. He needs the support of his children. He needs the support of his wife, his significant other. So the image has to be put out there. We feed off of images. The education is all about images. Our ancestors always used ideographic and pictographic meanings in the transmission of languages. They always used drawings, and it was based on their primeval apperception. It was based on their cognizance of their surroundings. Always about being aware of awareness, all right? So I feel the deficiency comes in. It's not the only reason, but one of the main dysfunctions is that there's a concerted effort to break up the family, the Black family, that is. Family paradigm. It's hard to break the system. And when the broken family is what it is, then guess what? Family is business. The leading families in the world are the least leading businesses in the world. Whether you call it the Rothschilds, doesn't matter. Okay, whatever name you want to call the Rockefellers, it doesn't matter. These are bloodlines, these are families. So if you want to rule the world or rule anything, family rules. So the way you stop Black people from ruling is to create these dysfunctional families or to intervene. Every opportunity they have to create something cohesive, step in and tear that man away from the woman or help encourage this gender-specific war that Black men and Black women have engaged each other in. Okay, they're angry with each other, whether it be child support, whether it be through cheating, whether it be through a lack of finance. One thing's for sure, it's going to be hard to effectively mobilize the people if we don't become more family orientated. If we don't see the significance in having men, women, and child or children together, okay, under a family setting. So thank you, brother, for your question. I'm going to take one or two more. We got to be out of here. Let's get the brother Captain. Peace, gang. What's your name? Where you from?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's good. What's your name? Where you from, King?
I'm Captain from California. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's good? About time I get somebody from Cali. What part of Cali you in?
Lancaster.
Okay. Let's get
the
it.
Antelope Valley, yeah.
What's up, brother? What's on your mind?
I'm good. You know, I really want to appreciate what you're doing because, you know, very few people really take out time out of their, you know, wealthy lives for the people, and, you know, and few people appreciate such endeavors. So it's something I really recommend. It's a huge inspiration. I also want to say it's a good thing that you and Doggy Diamonds had to, you know, discuss these issues, and yeah, it's a signal of progress. So it's a good thing.
That's right.
I also lean more to your side because I think it's Muhammad Ali that said, a man at 50, a man who sees the world at 50 the same way he saw it at 20 has wasted 30 years of his life, right? And so, yeah, so that's definitely your change or modification of your views is only an indication of progress, and that's powerful.
No doubt.
Yeah. So I just wanted to use this medium to because I had collaborated with someone to design a magazine. It's supposed to debut called Sankofa.
I think I got an email correspondence or something from Messenger.
Okay, that should be Okay, that should be someone that should be the person I'm working with.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm with it. I got the connection. Let me get this last caller or person there.
Like, can you hear me now? Like, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can, brother. What's going on, brother?
Peace, what up? No, I seen you and Doggy was speaking and stuff. So I just came in. You put out the link.
So
no malice on my behalf.
Are you inspired to stop whatever trauma? I mean, I never did a video on you, but are you inspired to come to some kind of resolution, or do we need to keep whatever activity you still got going on going? I made sure I made a concerted effort not to respond, but I would like it to stop. You know what I'm saying? So what's going on, brother? What's going on? What's your
number one? I'm just trying to holler at you. So in due time, if we could talk, that'll be good.
That's great.
You call my partner up, Pit. You call my partner Pit Pulse up and said you want to fly and see him. All I'm saying is let's have a phone call or let's have a whatever. Then we can talk about whatever it is I'm doing and why you disliking the stuff, and
no doubt
come to a conclusion with the matter.
Well, the brother Pitt, I'm sure you saw the whole thing. It was to my misunderstanding that my life was threatened. So that's why I called and simply asked, can we see each other in person? I would like to connect with the brother. And to which time he asked what we would be talking about. And I said the things that you talk about when my name comes up quite often. However, that's water under the bridge because it has been resolved. Actually on air on the second time I called, but you couldn't hear me, but you could hear him. So good brother as far as I can say. I mean, I really don't know him. So my only engagement with him ended up in conflict resolution. So all I can say is just good about the brother. And I'm proud of the brother for even being able to entertain a conversation that started off contentious, which may have had its inception in some of the contentious energy that may have springboarded from
my platform.
Yeah, but I say that not to throw no shots. I'm willing to have a dialogue with you. Maybe not now tonight, but if you can reach out to me, I'd definitely like to build with you, brother, because we gotta spread peace and promote peace, and I'm down with that. I'm in a different space in my world and in my life, and as you see, I'm with my daughter. I don't need to be cursing you out or saying something negative about you. I'm like, yo, I'm showing you love to initiate some peace. You feel me? I ain't never did a video on you. I've seen several videos of you going at me, and you got the right to your opinion, though I feel sometimes it's very, very disrespectful. But it's all right. I got tough skin. I'm a black man. What makes me a man is my humility, not my violence. So if you want to connect later, we could definitely connect. If you could send me your number or something on Facebook / Brother Polite. If you could do that, I'd love to chop it up with you. I don't really want to talk the personal nuance of what's been going on now because it may be too intricate and not necessary for public, but I'm down for peace amongst black men. You feel me? So you just tell me how you feel about that.
Yeah, well, I'm down for peace and everything too. My only problem from Jump Street with you was going at the Bible. You know, you went at the Bible and the shooting for the Bible and things of that nature. So
yeah, I apologize for shooting the Bible. I think it was misunderstood, but it's all right. You do apology. It means a lot to you. And since I offended you, my offense wasn't meant to go in that direction. It was art for me and it was violent art. But right now I'm just in a different state of mind. So we can talk about it. And we need to have a little biblical debate on the show. I don't mind doing that either, brother. Like we could do it as long as we keep it respectful. Like if you're up for it, doesn't matter.
So I put my number in the back chat back here. You probably could see it like where the dude was typing about me.
Hold on. I got it.
So that's my number. And that other page, that was the pair Arab. You know, the one that was back here talking about I had herpes and all of that. That's the pair Arab. That was the pair Arab, and he put my picture up to act like he was me, and then
I was like, why is this brother telling everyone he has herpes? I was hoping it wasn't you. All right, but let me move forward and get one other person. I'm glad you came on respectfully. I appreciate that, my brother, and let's get this thing going.
All right, well, I expect the phone call. Your word is you're gonna call me, right? So we can get that on record.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. Anything to bring peace. Anything.
Okay.
Brother, I will hope the day that I do see you, we meet on great terms. You know
All right. Well, with that, I'm gonna say peace. If somebody else want to come in, I'm out.
Shalom, Ak. We still saying that? We good? Shalom?
I don't speak Hebrew, and I'm not a Hebrew Israelite. I'm more like an Israelite Christian. I know y'all ain't never heard that one, but you can put it in the Rolodex.
We'll figure it out on the phone conversation. My goodness.
All right, peace.
Peace. So yeah, family, some of y'all may be saying, how could Polite be positive with that black man? He's always saying something negative. I think he did a new video on me again today, you know, but it's all right. You got to have tough skin in this business. You got to have tough skin in this world. We black and we frustrated. I just evolved, man. I just evolved. You can't fight everybody. And I'm not going to be yelling and cursing and screaming at the top of my lungs. If I could relinquish any of the negativity that someone may have in their mind, or if I can clear up any misconceptions that a person has, or if it's just a matter of a simple apology for something that I can consider may have been very offensive, why not? It don't make me less of a man, it make me more of a man. So I just hope y'all understand where I'm coming from. It's not that Polite as being a coward or a punk. I was just taught and trained not to take on too many enemies at one time. So whenever I get an opportunity, like the other brother, from my misunderstanding, I was being told he was threatening my life. So that's the only reason I called his friend. And, you know, it's a little bit of gangbanging terminology, you know, but that's only because I felt my life was threatened. But I still was sure not to threaten his life. I just simply asked if I can meet him the next day. I was going to fly out. And I said, we can also create flyers and let the people know. And if I don't show up, then, you know, I would look very bad for not showing up. But that's only because of my life. I take my life serious because I have a mission. And I really would need to talk to someone personally that would show their face and say that. Nonetheless, it was a misunderstanding. And we cleared it up. So that's why I got a lot of respect for that brother Pitt, because he could have went the other route, but he chose to have a excellent dialogue, and we resolved it. Same day we had a problem. Mind you, I don't even know him from square one, so I only know him now because of that. So the way it ended, I just appreciate the brother. I just appreciate him. So that's what we do. Sometimes it's the actual channel or whoever is controlling the channel that gets us into arguments. When you come to I Am Brother Polite, what you're going to see about I Am Brother Polite, I don't entertain that. I don't believe in muting mics. I don't believe in ejecting people. I believe that we are intelligent enough to not overtalk each other, and intelligent enough to I'm intelligent enough to be patient and let you curse me out if you need to. It'll probably be my last time talking to you until you prove again we can build. But why not? I don't mind you talking. It doesn't bother me. I need my sense, because guess what? White folks enslaved us, and I ain't going to kill no white people. So I just got to be patient with black people. Because black people hold this L for 400 years of slavery, and we still sending our children to their hospitals. We still sending our children to their schools. And you're still working for them while your children see you working for the age-old oppressive force that we know as the white man. And they're killing our people in the form of police brutality. Zimmerman is auctioning off guns and walking around and still putting up negative posts. So how can I have less patience with my brother and say I want to fight and kill him, but walk past the people doing wrong in our community? Whether they're drug dealing, whether they're pimping, whether they, I walk past all those people to get online and tell somebody from afar that I'm gonna hurt them. Come on, it's just not real. So I just exercise patience, because I know there's some white folks walking around who got acquitted from murders of our black people. So with that in mind, I just contextualize it, and I'm like, you know what? Our black people will do some patience, because we letting white folks walk around that obviously kill and brag about it. You know what I'm saying? So I hope y'all get it. I hope y'all get the logic. If you don't, you will. Okay. Last person for the night. Let's see. Too dark. So let's get someone who got some radiance over here. Let's go. This is almost high def. Let's get it, my brother. Come on, G. Tell the people what's your name, where you from. We're closing out.
Yo, what's good?
What's up, King? Tell them where you from.
Yo, I'm G. Saginaw, Michigan, born and raised, residing in Dallas, Texas.
Okay, we got a present Texan up in the building. So we got a very multicultural opportunity as always. I'm Brother Polite. We even went to London tonight. The homie from Jamaica ain't hit us up, but I'm sure he up in here. He's always here. What's going on, family?
Man, it's cooler, man. You know, I just wanted to salute you once again for what you're doing and wish you more success and, you know, keep on doing what you're doing. Because, like, we need more people like you, you know what I'm saying? Like, to keep on inspiring and providing opportunities.
I appreciate that, my brother. You young, man. How old are you?
22.
That's what's up, man. That's good to hear you. Not too long ago, came out of your teenage years.
Oh, yeah. I've been out of that.
Man, I appreciate the fact you on the stream here. You could be watching some ratchet Negro activity on TV with us being misrepresented. But I see you stayed here for the duration of the stream. And I can't help but to just thank you for doing so, especially a man of your age where they throw the most distractions at you.
Yeah, like I'm always down to seek knowledge. Like I'm always down to like gain knowledge from like the OGs and people older than me, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, like that's why I'm here. Like I can't help it. Like every time I see you on Instagram, you about the live chat, I'm like, yo, I gotta be there. I gotta make sure I show up. And then make sure I get a chance to holler at you.
No doubt, man.
And hopefully I get to build with you in the future, you know?
No doubt. Well, I got a bit of business that I do have to do. I stayed here past my time. I'm going to ask my brothers over here to close out by letting us know one more time where we can get anything for their brand. And I want you guys to take notes, get those Black Dollars Matters bands amongst many other things, the shirts that they have. I thank everybody for always showing support. Again, don't forget to download that Brother Polite app. All you got to do is go to your app store and look for Brother Polite. Download the app, it's free. Download the app and make sure you subscribe to YouTube. I am Brother Polite. Subscribe to this channel.
Oh, yeah,
I am Brother Polite. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell. I am Brother Polite. Subscribe to the channel. I am Brother Polite. Make sure you subscribe. And again, download that Brother Polite app. Go to 2012stores.com for any of the books or DVDs that we have for sale. And definitely donate, family, to the vegan revolution. Go to GoFundMe and donate to the vegan revolution. GoFundMe, vegan revolution. Go ahead, my brothers. Y'all can break it down and let them know what they're looking at, where to go get it.
Right now, you're looking at our logo, South Bay T-shirtprinting.com. Once again, we're in California. And we have our grand opening at our new location, March 4th, 2017. And love to see everybody come out. You're invited out. It's a family-oriented business. Family vibe.
How do you check?
Nah, just real quick, family. Glad y'all stayed online with us. West Coast time. But South Bay T-shirt printing is a family-owned business. And my brother run out in California. We're an international printing company. Like we do global stuff, we do local stuff. So you know, we only opened it like 2 years ago, about 2 years ago, and it's been a success. Which is crazy. You know, just something that we had a passion for it, and it's thriving. Thanks to the local natives around where we're from, and you know they supported us from day one. So we also have this Black Dollars Matter, hashtag Black Dollars Matter, right? If you go to the website, blackdollarsmatter.com, you can check out the other shirts that's on there. And also, this is just basically the wristband that I have on that says Black Dollars Matter on it. It's just to show the awareness of how we spend our money with each other. You know what I mean? And we support you, you support us. You can go down there. You can just add us on Instagram, Black Dollars Matter on Instagram, and that's the dollars with a Z. And add South Bay T-shirt printing. You know, we love the support from our own folks, you know what I mean, and other people too at the same time. But you know, we do it because we're family business.
That's right. You know, Sharon Williams, thanks a lot for your support. I'm definitely keeping my head up. You guys keep me up. It's a very positive stream yet again. No drama, diffused a lot of negativity actually, and a lot of potential for negativity. And hopefully the demonstration of peace can permeate throughout the rest of our community. And we can use that as a working model to be successful in our endeavors to strengthen relationships or reestablish those that may have been severed on account to a lack of patience. So thank you, of course, my people there. Paul African, the African Paul, gotta show you love, all right? Of course, my brothers and sisters that supporting this movement, justice, or else, you know, love what you're doing here is a dope hat. You know, Poetic Justice is one of my favorite movies ever with Tupac, so that's why I saw it and I'm like, you know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I had to get that. So I'm just definitely showing you the love and the support. Like I said, when I get here, I'll put the brands on. If you got it, I'll definitely put it out to the audience. If this video does this 20, 30,000, this day 1 or 2 or whatever, I know you will feel the impact because people tell me all the time, thanks a lot, brother, for wearing this, that, and the other. Because we feel the impact financially. We see the sales, and that's good. So any way I can help you, brothers and sisters, promote your product, it's all good. I'm here. I put it on, you know, and we rock it. I'm proud to wear it. So send me more merchandise. I wear it every time I do these streams. I hope I never run out. I've been wearing this a lot because I really like it, and I'm just waiting for the next set of stuff to come. So thank you so much for everything. Anything else? You want to say something, baby?
That's your little swing right there.
There you go. Tell them bye, baby.
Bye.
Bye.
Hotel.
See you later, yeah.
Peace. There we go. This is the Black family. Always have to bring you somebody. Had to bring you the entrepreneurs from your community. These brothers is in the hood. They was from the hood. One of the hardest hoods out here. What is that? Compton? Compton, man. Brothers come from Compton. So, you know, I had to get them here to show you in my mind and in my heart of hearts, they celebrities to me. Anybody who could transcend the depths of the hood and not become so complacent, almost institutionalized like how prison does, because that's how a lot of us get when it comes to the hood. We almost institutionalize. We make the hood our prison, and we don't have no expectations to go out or above or beyond. These brothers right here, still connected to the community. They left. They did what they had to do, established themselves, and now they also created products and opportunities, have their own brothers and sisters on payroll. And if they're creating opportunities for brothers and sisters to be on payroll, they doing what they have to do. That beats a donation every day of the week. That's the gift that keeps on giving when you give people a job. So let's also commend these brothers for being empowered to be able to employ others. And let's wish them more success so they can employ more Black people. You feel what I'm saying? So thank you guys. As always, baby came out just in time to close out. Always got to close out with beautiful melanated faces. Right?
Yeah. Hey, when you gonna be in Dallas, bro?
Was that?
When you gonna be in Dallas?
I was supposed to be there in December. I got to call the guy and see what he's talking about so I can promote. But I told him I'm waiting for him to tell me, say the word. So I'm supposed to be in Dallas in December. That's this month. Per my conversation 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
I'll keep you updated. I see you're a regular here.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Oh yeah, and I'm about to send you a DM on Instagram right now to check out my art.
All right, let's get it, man. I love to show your art out here too to the people. So let's get that. Let's line that up. And brother Andre, thank you again for your unrelenting support. Peace, brother. Let's get it. And we are signing.